Hello, everyone. Welcome to Little Squid League 49. I'm Robert here with Inquiry today, and we are going to be starting round one of the group stage. Curry, what do you expect coming out from these two teams here?
Honestly, I expect just a very tense match. Like both teams are Div 9 in the current Luti, so they have some pretty solid results. We have on one side Cooper Fan Club who won the last reach, so reach 8. And on the side of Koi and Co, they got like ninth at Lowing Gamma. I mean, a lot of good results, but Div 9 overall, so let's see who goes there. Game 1 is starting. It's Plat Zone on Umami Ruins.
Yeah, we're getting it started immediately here as Cooper Fan Club is trying to make an advance to claim both zones here. They've got an aggro wiper on their side. As the same goes for the Coin Co group here.
Yeah, Wiper getting like a huge raise in place in, of course, the last patch. Like you of course saw the buff on the Ultra Stand. So of course the weapon is really good. Taking one kill here on Epic, maybe following with a throw. No, getting punished by the heavy edit. But for the moment, Cooper Fan Club are just in complete control. Never mind, they're getting reversed.
Yeah, just like that, losing their wiper immediately gave Coin Co the advantage and ability to kind of retake zone as they are slowly getting, necessary control in mid here. Cooper Fan Club trying to get around, sharking here with the pro. Unfortunately, it does seem like they're able to
-3, but the Wiper is still here. Wiper is still here, making some big kills and staying, temporizing a bit. Not as much as they wanted to, I think, and it's still control for Cooper Fan Club. They still have the lead. They have the special sent on the plat to disrupt a bit the defense and just continue on this streak. Ultra Stamp is out, not taking any kill, but it enables the Wiper to go forward.
It does, but unfortunately, the counter strikes and hammer were able to push out Cooper Fan Club, slowing down that push. But it does not seem like it was enough, it does seem like it is enough. Coin Co is able to get some paint and flip the zone in their favor.
Yeah, very nice play by Blue, the Wiper. Oh, getting punished here on the left side. Be careful of the Trace Rushes, they can do very big damage. No, getting punished. The Heavy is alone on the plat right now. And it's game on for Koyanko. They need to take the lead, and with half of the game passed, they need to take that lead and they need to take the advantage of Cooper Fan Club. We have that Wiper on the top right, trying to zone out a bit. The Stomp is out, but getting punished. And wow, the defense by Coin Co.
Yeah, an incredible defense here. I mean, we saw them pop their strikes and their, push out their cooler. They've essentially been able to hold control and, get a soft 3 kills off of Cooper Fan Club. Now getting them down again by 3. Yeah, able to really hold control. Just got to be careful of that slosher as they pick them off swiftly here.
I mean, it's looking very good for Koyanko now. They have the lead, they have the zone, only 10 ticks left, and Cooper Fan Club aren't even in a position where they can, like, come back and actually stop the... Oh, never mind. Am I getting commented accursed?
Yes, it seems like it. I mean, now
Koyanko is still resisting, but...
Here.
Yeah, Cooper Fan Club managed to get that zone back. 3 points left is not a lot for Koyanko. They have all the advantage they need, and as long as they don't throw that defense up, I mean, they'll be able to come back. The strikes are on, but it lacks some aggressiveness with those strikes.
Unfortunately, they did send out those strikes a little too soon. There were, like you said, they weren't forward enough to take advantage of it. However, you know, they're popping all their other specials. Hammer immediately getting a pick as needed. They just have to paint the zone and hold it again, while Cooper Fan Club is pushed farther back into their base.
Yeah, 40 seconds left. It's gonna be last chance push for Cooper Fan Club. They need to make the play now. They need to charge up the specials and manage to get the important kills. The Booyah is up. Booyah is up, getting killed though, but getting the first zone on the right side. Left zone is on, but the zone is switching up and down for each team. No one is really taking the advantage except, no, never mind. Cooper & Co got it. They now need to go to the KO, almost go to the KO if they want to win the game.
Yeah, no, they're going to need to hold this on.
Hammer and the strikes being sent. That's a -2. Can Koi & Co reverse the situation? It's in very good shape to do so.
Unfortunately, it's not really seems to be the case. They were down 2 players, another pick going down. Their jump just didn't come in fast enough, losing that zone and giving the game to Koi & Co.
Game 1 going to Koi & Co. I mean, just having like one excellent push and managing to come back from the defense positions pretty easily every time Cooper Fan Club went into advantage. So, I mean, yeah, really good defense. And, I mean, it's going to be completely different because now we're going on a very different map mode because we had Zone on Umami, which is pretty open and very static map mode. But now we're going to Mako Mart, which is in itself a map where you want to move a lot because you have a lot of flanks, you have a lot of blocks, etc. But on tower control, the objective needs to move forward. So there's going to be a lot of movement.
Absolutely. And I think, you know what? I think Cooper Fan Club might have this as they have a couple weapons that are very mobile, right? I mean, they do have that Tri-Slosher, and that player overall covers multiple different buckets. So they are in a very good position to make the most out of Mako Mart TC here. As well, they do also have the very agile Wiper that can also flex to rollers. So I do think that they have a chance to really make the most out of game 2 here.
They definitely can, especially one weapon that you didn't mention is the Octobrush, and the Octobrush Vanilla has Zipcaster. Zipcaster is insanely strong on Mako Mart. You can just swing around on like the whole map, and it puts an insane pressure on backlines and even the tower because you explode when you land with a Zipcaster.
Yeah, that's true. They do have like a lot of really good options for Mako TC here. I do believe that Koi & Co also does have the same kind of advantage with their own tri-player on the ready, as well as 2 different players that can play, Splatanas. So we might see some very aggro plays as we get to Mako TC.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Just waiting for both teams to get ready, and we'll jump back into game 2.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting started right now, and we'll get to see how these loadouts are.
Oh, machine, and no Tri-Slosher, no brush, and no weapon that we said were very interesting on that map. Not even the Splatana, so interesting. We do have a Tri-Slosher though, and a Carbon. Carbon's gonna be massive on that map mode.
Absolutely. I mean, Carbon's gonna do really well here. Also, I mean, there is a sloshing machine, very, very potent weapon on the, on the offensive, getting anyone on the tower. We're already seeing a push from the right block here with the try, as they're trying to find some kind of opening.
Yeah, both teams really zoning out, trying to, as you said, trying to find the opening. None taking a huge advantage for the moment, like the tower moved like 3 points. just neutral play for the moment. Machine taking one good kill on the heavy, but getting punished right after by the Trizuka. Trizuka a bit alone here on the right side, trying to move around. I mean, it's a carbon, so they can shock very well and get people by surprise. Oh, not taking the kill on the Neo Splash.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate mispick there. Now, you know, their push is kind of staggered. You know, they lost that advantage. Now kind of getting picked off slowly with the help of the Kraken and just straight picks. Looks like Cooper Fan Club is going to be the one taking this next push going forward.
Yeah, they do have very good occasions here. Be careful on that bot left. There is someone that can manage to take some good picks. Neo Splash got one but got punished right after by the Carbon. Carbon with a very good position here. No, never mind. Forced to back off and getting punished by the Machine. Nice defense by Koi and Co, but they did lose that lead. I mean, it's not that big of a lead, and we still have 3 minutes to play, so should be good. Booyah is sent after killing the Carbon Roller, and yeah, now it's just seeing who can find the opening.
Yeah, I mean, it did look like Ko and Co can potentially get a push going with how like aggro the washing machine was, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen as Cooper Fan Club goes back on the offensive here, really, you know, putting pressure on the Splash.
Yeah, putting a lot of pressure, but I mean the defense is already up. You had the Machine, sorry, trying to wait here on the left side. Tri-Slosher taking a good kill and really putting some pressure below the ledge, and that's where the weapon shine. I mean, that's where Sloshers and Carbon are really good on Makoma specifically, because you have so many ledges that are important to control, and Tri-Slosher does that perfectly. Carbon is still running and taking some kills. It's -2, -3, and it's game for Cooper Fan Club with a blitz push.
That was an incredible use right there of not only the Kraken, but just such a very offensive strategy by Cooper Fan Club. Really well done there, especially getting all the way to KO.
All the way to KO. I mean, I am almost one push and equalizing the score. So now we're going into Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track. Tri-Slosher is gonna be amazing here. You already know what weapons are good. It's gonna be like Sloshers, Rollers, especially the Dynamo one. And we do have a Dynamo player on the side of Cooper Fan Club.
We do. I mean, it might be an interesting pick to see if they bring it out for game 3 here. I mean, subbing that out for the brush would definitely benefit them a lot more. Cooper Fan Club really does kind of have like a weapon composition, like a team composition that would benefit from Rainmaker Humpback. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ko and Co kind of counter that you know, loadout that they might have.
I mean, yeah, we've seen Koi and Co struggling on Makoma to manage the pressure proposed by Cooper Fan Club, and I mean Humpback is not very different from Makoma. It's still a map where you push a lot, you put a lot of pressure, and you move around a lot, and that's where you enable your play. You're not going to be static like on Umami Ruins. So if Cooper Fan Club manage to keep that momentum, to keep that pressure, they're going to do amazing.
Agreed. And now we're getting right back into it. It seems that the composition for Koi and Co stayed the same. I think it stayed the same on both ends.
Yeah, and it's still, I mean, it's a bit of a slow composition. Like the faster weapon on Koi and Co side is the Machine, and you have glue gas. I mean, glue gas are a great weapon, but very, very slow as it usually is.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they take on something with, like, you know, very like fast weapons like the carbon and the tri-selector here. Does seem like Koenko have now gotten the man advantage, able to kind of maybe start making a push here. As
Yeah,
it's really
double kill
just
by the machine is huge, but the Forge is still here trying to defend. Getting a bit pressured. Oh, getting the kill on Epic! Not going for the Ranger though. Oh,
Yeah, I think
huge misplay here.
I mean, I think they understood that the Rainmaker didn't really have the opportunity to move forward just yet, and by picking off their teammates, it lets them kind of, you know, make the Rainmaker stagger back, potentially giving them some kind of advantage here.
Yeah, but one of the main rules when you're playing a mode where the objective is moving, just focus the objective, and as long as the objective is not dead, and if you're alone, like it was a 1v1 between the Forge and the Rainmaker, and the Forge went for a TP that just appeared, so definitely lost a lot of time and enabled Koenko to get that checkpoint right now. I mean, it's still a great push to open the game. 3 minutes left. Cooper Fan Club does have a pretty good shot at pushing back here. They have the special, they have the positional advantage, getting the first checkpoint, and now it's a matter of life and death. Like, Koenko need to defend right now.
They really do. I mean, luckily it seems that, you know, they got rid of the, you know, carbon, got rid of the Forge as well. They're able to kind of at least make it out of that corner that they were stuck in. Rainmaker should reset before they can make any kind of, you know, advance towards it. And now it's in the hands of Koenko to, you know, get a push going.
I mean, they did get the defense right, but they couldn't completely push Cooper Fan Club out of mid. They pushed them out of spawn, but not out of mid. And now Cooper Fan Club just kept their advantage. They have all the mid, they have the turf, they have the Rainmaker. I mean, they can just temporize for the moment to wait for a better opportunity to push. But it's still game on for them, and Koenko still having the lead, but I don't think they're going to keep it very long.
I agree with you. I mean, they do have, right now they got a lot of control, a lot of paint, several players down on the side of Koenko, already taking lead here. It's really up to the, you know, these specials to really knock out the Rainmaker, which might happen, but it inches out just enough.
Yeah, Machine struggled a bit, but I mean, it was an easy pick. Rainmaker was isolated from the rest of their teammates. So, again, like the question is, can Koenko, after that defense, can they push Cooper Fan Club out of mid, and can they take the advantage themselves? They still have a lot of troubles. Carbon menacing those glue gas. We have the Kraken up, going to chase that Rainmaker, and it's a -2, -3. The glue gas are alone, and they need to get out fast. They need to get out of mid.
Oh, and a soft wipe right there. Unfortunate on the side of Koenko. Another opportunity for Cooper Fan Club to really, you know, widen the gap here for their lead.
Yeah, very nice. Taking 2 kills, enabling the Carbon to completely go forward, and now it's just an open path for Cooper Fan Club, to take game 3 and advance and take that first win in group.
That was really well done. I mean, that obviously their use of specials there really helped them out, and then the fact that the splash was just not on the same you know, pathing, having to jump out. I mean, it was a perfect pathway for the Rainmaker and an immediate KO. Really well done.
I mean, to me, what really came in play here is that Koenko, I mean, just didn't have the speed to counter Cooper Fan Club. Like, as I said previously, they got the defense right, but just the defense, and they couldn't come back because Cooper Fan Club was already on mid, putting the pressure back. So Koenko didn't have really an opportunity to push on Meikomot and Humback. So of course it led to lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. They just really didn't have that kind of speed to match up with them.
Anyway, we're going to get a quick break to set up for the round 2 of the groups. See you in a few minutes. and welcome back to Little Squid League 49. Isil, Incurie, and Robert for the round 2 of the groups. This time we're in Group I with a match opposing 4 of a kind versus Fruit Loops. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm doing great. I mean, I'm excited to see 4 of a kind here. You know, they've shown up a couple times, you know, to LSL. They've made their appearances, I believe, in both the Diamond and Gold bracket. Also, a Div 8 team. Should be very interesting to see on stream today. But we also got a newer team, being Fruit Loops. This is their first appearance to LSL as a team.
Yeah, we couldn't gather much information about Fruit Loops. We know one of their players, Sigma, got third in the silver bracket of LSL 30, so it was a while ago. I mean, I can see that they have a Aerosplay player, someone playing Dapples, someone playing Tentabrella, some unusual weapons, but can be very interesting to see.
Agreed. You know, this is a newer team, so they're trying out different compositions. Definitely some nice variety going on with this team as we now get started and we get to see what kind of, you know, compositions they'll bring out to round 1 here on Inkblot.
Yep, let's see. So they have on the side of Fruit Loops, they have Decav, Tentabrella, Pencil, and Dreadringer. And on the side of 4 of a kind, we have very basic comp, ends up 96, Bucket, and T-Tech. So double strikes, and not a lot of Slayer weapons except for the Bucket. There's already a -2 happening for Fruit Loops, so it's a huge opening for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking really good so far. You know, we now got the cooler out, 2 down on the side of Fruit Loops. This is going to be 4 of a kind's opportunity to make a power clam and try and see if they can start making a push happen here.
Be careful about that Rift Slider, but it doesn't hit. It enables the Zap player to open that basket. Be careful about that T-Tech here. Have some clams, putting them into that basket. 74 points left for 4 of a kind. It's not a big push, but it's still a push, and that can be important on the long term.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, just getting some points on the board is always nice, but also, you know, not making a substantial push means that we've given, you know, the side of Fruit Loops a power clam for the rest.
And it's already a wipeout happening with an amazing push by the Decaf player, opening that basket, putting some clams in, but I mean, they still have the pity at home, so they already have another push in their reserve if they want one. Pushes out, 62 points left. Great opening by them, and they're already on mid to defend the reverse push by 4 of a kind.
Yeah, already a great start by Fruit Loops here. But, you know, 4 of a kind does have that cooler out, so they can be a little bit more aggro, a bit more, you know, risky. Might see, as we now see the tri-strikes as they try to, you know, slowly get into their base here to potentially make another push.
Yeah, probably great push appearance for 4 of a kind. I mean, Fruit Loops defense is a bit archaic for the moment. They got killed and are not positioned as a block, so they kind of have a hard time pushing. 47.7, this push is out for 4 of a kind, and with, I mean, only half of the game played, we still had we already had a lot of action. So both teams are playing like really aggressive for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes in Clan Blitz, a good offense is what you need, but right now it's just, you know, a bunch of trades going on. As Fruit Loops gets into their base with it, or no?
No. It was a defense. It was a defense.
You're absolutely right. I mean, Fruit Loops is trying to find a way to get out of their base. as
Trying to
they're
find a win, but the bucket,
this
bucket taking 1 kill. What? The bomb didn't hit? Miss bomb. The Kraken is out though on For the Kind side, taking 1 good kill. I mean, the only one left is the Defcap. Can they defend a bit alone? They have to defend both sides. They're coming on right and on left side. Perklam is in the hand of that Zap, rushing to the basket, opening it, and it's continuing to flow for Forever Kind. I mean, they can't stop pushing for the moment, just putting so much pressure on Fruit Loops.
Yeah, and I mean, they're trying to find a way to get through bats to maybe get some clams in, but unfortunately, they just did not have the opportunity to do so, which, you know, was kind of a dead push there, giving Fruit Loops, you know, a pity to you know, use for their own kind of counter push. They do have some control here in mid, good amount of paint. They got, you know, some specials on the board. They got 3, sorry, that they're getting ready to pop out. So this might be, you know, Fruit Loops' time to counter here and get like a potential lead over Four of a Kind.
I mean, they do. I mean, they don't even have the opportunity because there are only 2 left at mid. The only one left for now is the Tent Umbrella, having 7 clams but unable to go in. Nice jump kill by the decap, but getting punished right at the landing. 10 seconds left, and Fruit Loops definitely need to push if they want to win that game.
They do, but unfortunately, one of their players goes too far forward, losing, you know, a 1v1 here. They're down a player, and they gotta find an opening, but it seems that they're kind of getting pincered in their own base here.
Yeah, Forever Kind are just continuously pushing to keep Fruit Loops out of their own plat, and I mean, for the moment it's working, and Fruit Loops had an opportunity to push, but it was already too late. And that's game 1 going to Forever Kind.
Overall, still a very good showing for both teams here. Fruit Loops, you know, having done some decent offense and defense, but Four of a Kind as our, you know, experienced LSL team, you know, showing out and taking game 1 here.
Taking game 1, so it was Clambit Inkblot Art Academy. And now we're going to a very static map mode. Splat Zone on Sheep Shape Cargo Company. It's a very interesting map because like the zone is below the mid, like in a below the mid, and we have like 2 tops almost creating a bridge on top of that mid on each side of it. And overall, the map is like very thin and very long.
Yeah, which I mean, it'll be interesting to see how our 2 teams here approach that kind of layout for zones.
Layer's definitely interesting. Like it favors a lot long ranges, of course. Like if you have a charger, if you have a weapon with crab, it's gonna be really good on it. But at the same time, you gotta watch out for flanks. Like if you're going to your right side of the zone, someone can still get up onto the grid and challenge you if it's a weapon like Splatana's Temper that are really good on that map because they can hit below the ledge.
That's true. I mean, I think the only team here that has any kind of range that we know of is the Fruit Loops team, where they've got a Splatling and a Not player.
Yeah, I mean, let's see how it goes. They also have like a bucket. They have apparently a Rapid Pro deco, so it can be interesting to see. Let's see which weapon both teams picked. Oh, we have a pencil, comeback of the 96, and it's basically the same weapons on the side of Fruit Loops. So no major changes, but I mean, those weapons are really good on that map anyway, so.
That's true. I mean, both, you know, keeping the tent shield is actually going to be pretty nice for this kind of zone, as it can actually kind of like, you know, hold up a decent amount of space here, for the side of Fruit Loops. But already we're seeing two go down on the side of Fruit Loops. Four of a Kind already taking a very strong start here.
Very strong start, like picking 3 kills and forcing one out. And Fruit Loops needs to come back, and on that map, let me tell you, it's not easy to come back because, like, see, the pencil is just completely blocked onto that top left. They have the specials ready though, like the Zuka is out, the Cooler is out, but the Kraken is out too on Four of a Kind's side, picking up some great kills. No, they're getting punished by the Decapitator. And now it's Fruit Loops' turn to push, and they can really revert the situation here because they have a very good comp at keeping people off of mid.
And if you saw that, folks, we just witnessed the Decapitator absolutely wipe the floor with the hammer that was trying to make a flank. Now it went after the Zuka. It sets its bubble before going down. Really good play by the Decapitator there.
Yeah, it's very important. It completely blocks one side of the mid. And I mean, it's not even on mid. It's like almost going far into the spawn. Kraken is out, but a bit blocked by that Tentabrella. Decapitator managing to get 1 kill. Kraken ending and getting punished right after that zone, and the counter is still going down for Fruit Loop. They have almost the win. They do have the win. Going to them with like a completely different pace than last game, but same kind of dominance.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very well done on the side of Fruit Loops. That Decapitator put in a lot of work. You know, really, it displaced the Snipe Rider a couple times, and just throwing it off, and then able to just wall them off and KO was just very impressive for the side of Fruit Loops.
Yeah, very impressive plays indeed, but Four of a Kind need to answer because now Fruit Loops have all the momentum they need to get that win. On Rainmaker Scorch Gorge, again, completely different map. Like, it's this time the layout is very open, the map is very wide. You have some place to move around, but it's still a map where ledges are really, really important to get control of.
Absolutely, yeah. I have to agree with you on there. And Scorch is got a lot of those.
I mean, Scorch is a very classic map, especially on Rainmaker. Like, it's still a bit weird because it can be very hard to push further than like the 30 points mark because it's getting thinner and thinner the more you go forward. But at the same time, until you're not passing those 30 points range, the map is very cool because you have a lot of paths possible. You have a lot of plays that you can do, and it really enables like people to play the way they want, as long as you have, of course, a working composition. But a lot of playstyle work on this one. Of course, range is going to be very good on that, and shocking is a bit hard because you don't have a lot of place to hide. But yeah, overall, it's a very, very classic map. I mean, almost everyone loves playing on it. It's very solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very standard Rainmaker map. I'd say it's like one of the few that really works well. I'm interested to see how this really turns out, though. I'm quite surprised at the incredible performance by Fruit Loops, really flipping expectations set on them as a newer team. I know that they do have some experience with, for instance, they do have some experience with Yaga's tournament that they have on Sendao. But this is like honestly like a really interesting 1-to-1 so far.
Yeah,
really excited to see how it turns out.
Both teams really playing well and showcasing what they can do. I mean, a team after the other, like we had one dominant game from Four of a Kind, then a dominant game from Fruit Loops. I mean, we can just hope that it won't be the case for Game 3, as the teams are getting ready and we should hop into the game soon. I mean, we have a lot of possibility for a very, very tense and close game.
Yeah, and now we're finally getting to jump right into this here. The Decapitator is back, so I'm expecting some absolute havoc to be unleashed by the side of Fruit Loops. While we also see, I think this is the first time we see the heavy edit on the side of Four of a Kind.
Yeah, Four of a Kind getting the heavy edits out for that map. I mean, Pencil, some might say that it became not that good anymore because of the patch. I think the weapon's still completely fine, even with some might say a huge nerf. But Headed is definitely getting to see more and more plays because it's very mobile. It offers even some aggressiveness for a backline weapon. So it can be very interesting. For the moment, both teams are just judging the other one. So, I mean, Fruit Loops had Four of a Kind, sorry, had an opportunity push, but it didn't went quite well. Fruit Loops are still back onto the mid to defend, and it's just neutral position again.
Yeah, I mean, we might see Fruit Loops kind of take some advantage here. They do have some specials ready to go, get in some paint, but unfortunately, an immediate loss of that roof slider. We see somebody's trying to shark with the help of the Tenebrella. It does not work in their favor. Four of a Kind now in the opportunity to really make a good push forward, as there's just one person remaining to slow them down.
Yeah, completely unleashed. The Galat made some very, very good kills here and just continues to output some pressure, jumping back onto that Rainmaker to go back to the fight safely. And that's an impressive push by Four of a Kind, as they still managed to get that pressure up. It's -3, they need to push. Okay, the Tensabrella is the only one remaining for the moment. The Vacuum is out, Vacuum completely blocking the advance of Four of a Kind, but huge push, 35 points left. It's going to be hard to equalize.
Absolutely. I mean, Fruit Loops is now going to really have to lock in here. Getting at least like 65 points is quite difficult in Scorch Gorge just because of how easy it is to counter when you're above as the defending team.
-3, and Fruit Loops are now, able to take a push, but the Rainmaker is only repopping now, so they have to do it all again if they want to open the situation. We can see the decav already posted on the right plat, but it's still a hard situation to be in. Oh, nice -2, but I mean the mates aren't following for the moment.
I mean, as much I agree with you, but I feel like we, with this Decapitator, I mean, there's definitely a good chance that they can kind of make it out of here pretty well. They've, got a really good aggro plays, but unfortunately, you're right. The rest of the team didn't follow and back them up here. Now it's just down to them. They're gonna have to retreat and try again, but there's still 2 minutes on the clock. Nothing is really out of the picture just yet for Fruit Loops.
Yeah, especially since the checkpoint is broken now, so it's almost a free path if they get the necessary kills to open the defense. But look at Fruit Loops still going forward for the moment. I mean, Four of a Kind managed to reset Rainmaker, but it's going to be a hard time because I mean we already have Fruit Loops on mid, putting some pressure with that Tensabrella. The Vacuum is out, sucking some ink a bit.
Yeah,
oh, nice kill.
And it gets a nice pick right there. They've got the Tenebrella out to create not only a path, but a bit of a wall to, let them run that Rainmaker, but they gotta protect it from the heavy edit, as it's, quite a difficult weapon to just avoid as a Rainmaker.
Yeah, heavy is still, I mean, it has great range, it has an amazing DPS and can move a lot around, so yeah, difficult weapon to get rid of, especially when you're attacking and the Headed is defending. And Nice defense by Four of a Kind, and now they're taking the right position. I mean, going on bot right to temporize the Rainmaker. They're doing the right shots. Tentabretta trying to push on the right side here, but getting punished. And it's the last chance for Fruit Loops if they want to make it count. Getting killed, 15 seconds left, sorry. Four of a Kind are completely positioned to defend now.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did pop their Booyah a little too hastily. Could have been an easier way to kind of slow down the side of Fruit Loops, but they still
They have the Breda, but again, the V-Shot is running, rushing that Rainmaker and offering game 3 and the set to Four of a Kind, winning their round 2.
Honestly, that was really, really well done by the, Four of a Kind there. They had such a great push at the start, and overall just defended them, their base, and defended it in general really well. Still major props to Fruit Loops for showing up and doing really well even in game 3 here.
Yeah, they did well, and I mean the tournament's far from being over. They still have one match of groups to play, and I mean right after you have the bracket, so let's see what where they can place at. We're gonna again have a short break and then hop into round through of the groups.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are starting round 3 with the Night Logic versus Starboard. We're going to be starting off on Tower Control, on Hagglefish. Should be an interesting match, right, Curry?
Yeah, very interesting match. I mean, TC Hagglefish, big classic of the community. It's a map mode we see all the time, but it is there for a reason. So let's see what those teams can bring. On the side of the Night Logic, Luti Season 16 Div 8, so same as the previous teams. Got gold bracket, 5th at gold bracket of LSL 47, 9th of Fluty Division C. So pretty good achievement by them. And what do we have on the side of Starboard?
On the side of Starboard, we got that they got second place in FTIU 72, so one of the recent ones. Really good placement on their end, and we're going to jump right into this and see if that second place means that they're going to be the dominant team in this match.
Yeah, let's see. Very classic comps. I mean, we do have an Hydra on the side of Night Logic with it, which isn't that common, but the comp in itself is pretty solid. Like you have a Neo Splash, you have Junior, so double bubbler for tower control can be very interesting. And on the side of Starboard, we have Zuka, Crab, Pencil, and a Booyah Bomb. So everything is there to disrupt that tower from going forward.
Yeah, I mean they've got. I mean, and unfortunately, it seems like the Night Logic is just holding on. Already past checkpoint 1. Starboard kind of, on a very slow approach to end this push, finally getting it to stop here as the Night Logic tries to get the strikes out for maybe, potential comeback there, but does not seem like it. They're going to back up, and Starboard is going to start moving forward here.
Yeah, Crab has been put on to take some kills, but not managing to get any. But the Julies got 1 kill on the Neo Splash. The Hydra goes down, but take 3 players with them. It's a -3 for the Night Logic, and they can already go back at pushing again. And for the moment, they're the dominant ones.
Yeah, I mean, already getting a push down to 40. They just have to continue from checkpoint 2. They're in a very good position right now to, potentially maybe get it down to the final checkpoint here.
They need to get the checkpoint 2 for the moment. They didn't. I mean, the defense of Starboard is pretty solid from that point. They managed to get the important kills they need. It's a -2. The decat is alone -3. So only the Junior is on mid right now, but Starboard need to push back. They get the defense right, but have no opportunity to push for the moment, and half of the game has already been played.
Yeah, they really need to find an opening. I mean, now they do. I mean, it's 3 down on the side of Night Logic, so they just got to start painting up. They've got their specials ready. It's all up to them just moving forward, not getting distracted by the Decapitator here as it tries to catch them from behind. An unfortunate death to some bombs here. I think it was not only the Forge, but the Sniper Rider to a stray suck bomb there.
Yep, and that's already -3 for the Night Logic, managing to get a huge push on Starboard. Nice defense, only managing to get the first checkpoint. 60 points left. It's a huge advantage for the Night Logic. 2 minutes left to play. They have all the tools they need. I mean, the specials are ready. They have both bubblers. The Hydra is well placed, and they just have to defend for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they do have specials on ready. They are down 2 players, though, and it's their 2 more offensive players. So they need to be very careful and play a little slow. I mean, already we're seeing the Junior kind of being a little aggro with its bombs, getting immediate support from its Decapitator ally here.
Yeah, and Decaf continuing to go forward, not managing to get any kills, and getting punished pretty easily. But I mean, they only need to disrupt the opponent, not really push or anything. As long as they make Starboard lose time, it's okay for them.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, working out so far. I mean, I'm just wondering where we're gonna see an opening for Starboard again. It seems like the Night Logic really has them, unable to move forward here.
Yeah, they are completely locked onto mid for the moment, and the Night Logic's defense is just so well organized. They lose maybe one or two players, but there are still some that are ready to defend right after. Oh, never mind. That's a big -3. Big -3. Only the Decapitator is left, but making some huge kills.
That Decapitator did not go out without taking at least 2 other players down, which is already a hindrance to the push on the side of Starboard, but they're in a really good position right now with special available. Another 2 down going on the side of the Night Logic really lets them push forward as they get closer to taking a lead here.
Yeah, the lead is here. They they even get that checkpoint and continue that rampage. It's a -3. The push is not even over it. Okay, never mind. Now it's over. The Night Logic take backs the tower, but it's not enough. It's not enough, and Starboard gets game 1.
Wow, that was a really impressive clutch up by the side of Starboard. Being locked out for pretty much like a majority of the entire match. Then finally getting that opening and using their specials well enough to, let their front lines take charge was really impressive, really impressive. And then it just did not give the Night Logic enough time to jump in and potentially go to overtime. Just really well done.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit sad for Night Logic to not having access to the overtime. They got onto the tower, but just a tiny bit late. So yeah, giving Starboard game 1, and now we're going into Splat Zone, Brightwater Spring. Very interesting map, reminding a bit Moray Towers, because you have the mid completely below everything else. Some ramps to get access to the spawns. It's a bit of the same layout, but at the same time completely different because Moray Towers were just way too singular.
Yeah, I mean, I think what works best too for Brine is that it's just one zone compared to the 2 from Moray. So it's a little bit easier to deal with. And there's also just different openings that make it a bit more viable compared to the disastrous Moray Towers. It'll be interesting to see if we get. I know that there was Snipe Riders, I believe, and I know that one of the teams, has some really good long range weapons. So we can expect to see that here on Brinewater, at least for the side of the Night Logic.
Pencil's really good on that one. I know that on Starboard side, they have some blasters, and blasters are really good on Brightwater Spring because, I mean, again, ledges are very important in Splatoon 3, and getting control of them can play a huge role on a game, especially in Splat Zone, because you're completely denying a backline to take position and in that zone. So Blaster is gonna come in really handy. Crabs bringing some range. Pencils turfing the zone really fast. But strikes can be very useful. A bubbler can be useful on the side of Night Logic. So no teams really lack any tools. So
you're right. They really do both have different sets of weapons that can really benefit them on this stage. It's really going to come down to the team that plays it out better. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Oh, we just got informed that we have a small technical problem. Our streamer just disconnected. We don't know if the team continued to play on their own. So yeah, we'll just go back in a few minutes to see what happened and if the set continues on its own.
Oh, hold up. All right, folks, we might be able to get this match going. We might be able to see Splat Zone's Brine Water as we try and configure that lobby. But yeah, we'll get right into that shortly here. But Curry, so you think so between these two teams, right? What do you think? Which team do you think might have more of an advantage based on how they played in game one?
I mean, it's really hard to say because Starboard on paper is better than the Night Logic, but Night Logic demonstrated so much composure in like defending and pushing at the right moments. They just were. I mean, I'm not saying it was lucky by Starboard to get that push, but it was definitely at the last moment and caught the Night Logic off guard. So I don't really know who's gonna win. They are running a double ninja comp with a bow. That's interesting.
Very. I mean, I think Bo works quite well here on Brine Water, but does not seem to be helping them out enough as they're already 2 down on the side of the Night Logic.
Yeah, 2 down, 2 down. The junior is out and Bubbler is already shredded. 70 points left already by Starboard, making a huge push, and no one is getting close to that zone for the moment.
Yeah, it seems like the Night Logic is currently stuck far back into their base here as Starboard continues to push up with the Crab and Booyah Bomb. Bubble able to at least get them 1 pick here.
We could argue it's one of the downside of Brine Water Springs, especially in Splat Zone. If a team gets the advantage, it's really hard to come back.
Absolutely, it's definitely a bit difficult to get the retake on this stage here, especially and just with having to charge, move really far out.
Yeah, still a lot of pressure. They only have 3 ticks. Can the decaf do it? No, and that's a quick. Very quick win by Starboard, securing game 2 and I mean securing the set.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Starboard was really the front runner of this match here. We still have game 3 if the Night Logic is able to, maybe take 1 match off of this set, but just very difficult when you got a team like Starboard up against you.
Yeah, and that's how we're concluding our first block of commentary. Thank you, Job, for streaming the event.
Well, Curry, actually, this is not the end just yet.
It's not the end.
No, this is a play all 3.
Oh,
so we're gonna be seeing
my bad.
Yeah,
never mind. We'll go into game 3 then.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing Rainmaker Undertow. Like, the fans would be so sad to not see these LSL teams on Undertow.
Okay, never mind. I am not used to play all sets anymore.
That's fair. We only see that here in some of these group stages. Give the teams an extra chance for points on the board. But we're gonna be heading into Undertow, so I'm curious as to what kind of compositions you might expect to see out of either the Night Logic or Starboard.
Honestly, composition that moves a lot around. Composition that is able to take position very quickly and be very disruptive. instantly. I'm thinking about Carbon. I'm thinking about Junior that with only one bubble completely takes control of an area. Vacuum is really good to push. Jet is really good to push too, because I mean, Undertow Speedway is divided into a number of small areas that are enclaved into walls. So yeah, basically, if you have an area of effect, it's gonna be really good on this map, and it's also a map that don't need a lot of surf.
Absolutely. And now we're gonna jump right into it. Lovely to see the Decapitator again. Should be really great display of, the Night Logic's aggro plays.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. For the moment, it's neutral game. No team really taking the advantage. Nice kills by the Stringer, but getting punished by the Snipe Rider on the right side. And it's game on. It's game on for Starboard. They do have that opportunity to push, getting -2 and going instantly onto the left side. I mean, that's again a -3, and Starboard completely taking control over that map.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, they're, crazy how Starboard is already putting so much pressure so far up, utilizing this crab too. Obviously, they don't have the, the advantage, as you say. Like, they got a wipe on the side of
Night Logic, so they have an opportunity to come back. But look at Starboard; they're already back onto mid with some specials, with some kills. It's hard for Night Logic to push against so much aggressivity.
That's true. I mean, it's just they definitely. Well, I think the Night Logic does have that same kind of aggro plays. Starboard just is a little bit more refined in how they do it. Oh, and an unfortunate missing on that cooler there. And then leaving the Rainmaker alone to essentially get picked off by Starboard. Now that they gotta back up and find another entry here. Quite difficult too, as the Rainmaker's stuck in an awkward spot. Oh, and it's down just now to the bow on the side of
both alone, both going down to that Rainmaker, but I mean, can the Rainmaker really move forward now? The pants, I mean, backlines are ready and are positioned, so Night Logic definitely needed to, Starboard definitely needed to get out of that situation for the moment. Night Logic need to take the kills though, because for the moment, look at Starboard going forward again and again, picking some huge kills. Rainmaker is a bit alone on that one, but as long as they make Night Logic lose some time, again, it's really good.
Absolutely. I mean, they were able to get some, useful picks, stall out the Rainmaker a bit, like you said. Now it's, onto the Night Logic to try and find, the best path to lead this Rainmaker, opting to potentially go left here as they get a pick on the Slosher here.
Yeah, on the bucket. And look at that Nautilus outputting this triple splashdown, not taking any kills. And there's the flank. It's -3 on the side of Starboard, and it's a wipe out. Nice push by the Night Logic. I mean, they broke that checkpoint, but with less than 2 minutes left, they do need to come back very fast, because Starboard are continuing to put that pressure and continue to ride onto that momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we really need to see the Night Logic put out some good defense here, avoid them from getting any more points that they're already able to get. They're right by the podium, but there's a bunch of...
Very close to your KO. We're very close to the KO. Can they do it? They do it! And Starboard with the dominant 3-0.
Insane. Starboard really was the team that had it all. I mean, they had a close game 1, but showed their dominance throughout matches 2 and 3 here. Incredible job by the side of Starboard.
very nice win by Starboard, securing, of course, their place into Diamond bracket.
Yeah, that does secure them a spot now into the diamond bracket. Really good, situation for this team, obviously. I mean, they did get second in from the Ink Cup, so to be expected to see them kind of show up in the diamond bracket. However, I think, we should maybe check out some of these other teams and see how the other groups are leading out as we've got, more teams closing out their sets. For instance, Rainfall, one of the teams seated towards the top, making it already to the diamond bracket. Same with Arrows of Red. Dark Spoon, which is a surprising turn of events here. This is a French team that we had very little on going into it. We seeded them initially quite low, but Dark Spoons taking a very dominant performance here in the group stage. However, no more time for the diamond bracket. We're gonna hit it off with an ad for a fellow Splatoon org. Curry, before we head out, where can the folks find you?
I mean, basically, it's written on your screen, inquiry22.bluesky.social. So you can find me on Blue Sky with this handle. But honestly, just type inquiry22 anywhere, you'll find me, whether it is Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Sandu, you name it. And what about you, Rob?
Well, like you said, it's also on the screen. You can find me on Blue Sky at Robert, two B's and a U instead of an E. And you can find me across, MIT. So thank you for joining us for the group stage. We'll see you for Top Cut. Stay tuned now for this Stronghold ad.
Season 1 of the Stronghold Beginners Academy is coming to a close. This time around, we've created 15 new teams and given them guidance, mentoring, and coaching throughout the last 2 months. You may recognize some of these teams from low tier or low level tournaments, but you're probably wondering, who are the teams? How good are they? Well, we're glad you asked. This Sunday, we will be hosting the Academy Showcase event, where you can watch these new teams compete against each other for the title of Valedictorian of the Stronghold Beginners Academy, and even a Sendu badge. So tune in to our livestream on Twitch and YouTube at 2 PM Eastern Time, where you can watch these teams duke it out. We hope to see you there. It'll be a good one, trust me.
Welcome to Little Squid League 49. We currently have a very exciting match for you. This is Top Cut Round 1. We have Saturday Night Speedo versus 4 of a Kind. We do not know much about these teams, but this is going to be a very interesting match. And with me, I have Topic.
Hello. You know, like you said, I'm not very familiar with either of these teams, but I'm very excited for, an entertaining match. It's top cuts. Both these teams, they're looking to get their run started, looking to get to that championship game, looking to win the Little Squid number 49. But, of course, you got to go through each other first, see who comes out on top. And actually, side note, Saturday Night Speedo, I don't know why, but to me, Speedo sounds like a Pokemon name. It just gives me Pokemon vibes.
That's probably because Weedle's a Pokemon, but...
You know what?
Yep.
You're right. I forgot about Weedle.
Yep, Weedle exists.
Yeah. Weedle does exist, but, we're going to start off, a little calm as we go to game number 1, Splat Zone Ship-Shaped Cargo. And looks like we're hopping straight into it. No time to discuss at all, because both these teams are just raring to go. Let's see what we have here.
Well, we have some interesting. We've got Wiper... We've got a Wiper and a Rapid Deco on one of the sides teams. Wiper Deco as well, and we also have a heavy thingy. Like I forgot what that's called. Help!
Heavy edit.
Yeah. And okay, looks like we see 4 of a Kind getting the first control of the zone. We can see that Wiper in the middle fighting for control, but they get picked off by the Forge Pro. The Forge Pro is currently holding that zone right now. Team, they're looking for a fight. They're trying to fight the Inkjet, but they get a trade with the Inkjet. Both teams are still 1 down since they're trying to get players back in play, and it looks like the players are just jumping in. The zone has flipped after 52 or 48 counts.
Yeah, a very, very big push for 4 of a Kind, but they're not going to give away control that EGC Starboy on the flank. They're going to go down, not before getting a trade for themselves. So Saturday Night Speedo able to very quickly recover from what has happened. As you can see here, the Splash is waiting and biding their time, looking for a pick on the Jet. Able to get it, unfortunately. Actually, no, able to survive a little bit longer, not quite able to get the pick on the Viper Deco itself. But hey, doing some damage is good enough, as that gives 4 of a Kind an opportunity here to recapture the zone relatively quickly here. And still, the fighting will continue, as Saturday Night Speedo is going to be wants to drop a cooler here to try to get their team in.
But 4 of a Kind are not letting this zone go right now, as they are literally fighting off the enemy players on the side, and they've got people in the zone. They've got the pencil out there getting those snipes in. The shot and the Wiper are fighting, but the Wiper backed out a little too late, and the shot got the pick. And it looks like the zone is not going to be flipped. They're not giving away this zone anytime soon. The head is in the back trying to put some paint on, but they're still... Oh, and the zone is flipped. Look at this.
I mean, listen, they're playing ping pong with the zone, basically just back and forth for now. Saturday Night Speedo will be the ones in control of the zone, forcing the pencil to at least jump out to kind of regroup with their team. But we see Saturday Night Speedo able to very quickly get out of their penalty points, but not a whole lot. They were able to get 2 extra points before 4 of a Kind able to strike back relatively quickly. As you can see, unfortunately, before that game even finished, that sentence is going back in favor of Saturday Night Speedo. So again, like I'm saying, back and forth, neither team is letting the other have a very, very large control of the zone. The only time that has happened is at the very beginning of the game, when 4 of a Kind got down to 58 points remaining. But other since then, it's just been back and forth. As you see right here, 4 of a Kind has zone now, getting a nice 2 members down. The cooler first Saturday Night Speedo is going to get popped. The trade's going to come out for the heavy edit, so that might be able to give 4 of a Kind the space they need to at least get a nice long hold here.
And Speedo had 4 of a Kind in a stagger 2 minutes ago, but now they have managed to get out, and there's a Trizuka coming onto the zone. There is a fight going on, and the trade happens. The Saturday Night Speedo have an advantage and an Inkjet. This is looking very good for them. They could possibly try and get out of that penalty, and what they need right now is they need to push up the map. They need to pick off a couple of the players and try and get them into a stagger, and it looks like they've managed to get 2 on the side of 4 of a Kind. This is a great opportunity for them to capture the zone, and then they're pushing into the spawn. This is what they need. They're currently counting down the ticker. This could be good for them. They've got a double kill. This is looking really good. As long as they keep defending like this, they could possibly win this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very back and forth. That pick is gonna go down on the V shot there for Saturday Night Speedo. As you can see, 4 of a kind trying to push in once again. The rapid blast gonna be caught out there. Gonna go down. Lead change. Go over to Saturday Night Speedo, going down to 16 points remaining. The crabs are gonna come out 15 points. The missiles are gonna come out to at least kind of disorganize that. Crabs are gonna work to get them back away from the zone. Give Saturday Night Speedo a chance to recover here, so they're able to do that relatively quickly. Down to 13 ticks remaining. A minute left to go in the game. 4 of a kind though not gonna go away, and there it is. Possibly. Hold on. It's a mad dash for the zone here. 4 of a kind. They're able to do it.
They're able to do it indeed, and they are getting picks. 4 of a kind were not letting this zone go, and they are still not letting this zone go. Splash gets a kill, and it looks like they're just holding them off, trying to get them to a stagger. And they pop the crab. This is going to be a really helpful tool for 4 of a kind. The crab is just going to get a pick and try and put some pressure onto the other players. And it looks like they've taken the lead.
There it is.
What is this game?
Lead is gone, and that will do it. 4 of a kind, the first ones to draw blood there, as they were the first ones to score after a bit of a back and forth there from Speedo and 4 of a kind. Unfortunately, Speedo, they just lost the last team fight. 4 of a kind, they were able to get the picks they needed. I think what really helped 4 of a kind was the pencil, really Citrine there, being able to kind of be like that. I won't say lockdown player, but it made it very hard for Saturday Night Speedo to push into them. Just having that pencil there, having that long range threat, having that just consistent painting threat even after the nerfs. Even though pencil did get nerfed, it's very pretty big, to be honest. Just having that pressure and these 3 very up tempo, very in your face weapons just kind of allowed them to kind of just take control at the end there. So shout out to 4 of a kind.
Yes, and I feel like the frontline weapons played a key role in the match, because frontline weapons were the ones going up, making sure the other team couldn't get past them and couldn't get to the zone which they needed to try and take back of control. You could see that a couple of chip damagey weapons. There was the Wiper Deco, and there was also the Splash. There was also the Splash-O-Matic with the Crab Tank and the Burst Bomb, which are really, really good for chip damage. And you could see that the frontline weapons were really, really trying, and obviously they weren't letting themselves get into a stagger. They were regrouping before they pushed, which is exactly what they should be doing. And it was really, really hard because they were both ping-ponging each other in and out of the zone, and not staggering and not feeding, and really it was really, really a close game, and any of them could have won that, really. But it looks like 4 of a kind just had what it takes to win the match.
Yeah, but we're going to see if they're going to be able to continue this momentum, or will Saturday Night Speedo force a game number 3 as we go to game number 2. First, Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker, a very, very up fast, very up tempo type of map mode. But hold on, is that what I think? That is a Sorella Brella, very underrated weapon in this game, especially against 4 of a kind's very shooter heavy combo. See right there, with triple shooter, Brella can be very, very valuable to do, especially with that inkjet, in order to get a lot of space from there. Let's see is that's gonna work out for them, as immediately Saturday Night Speedo's gonna go 3 members down. The Splash forced to pop a really, really aggressive strike, at least kind of stop them from going to the checkpoint. Fortunately, not to do a whole lot of damage there, as within the first 30 seconds of the game, 4 kind, they're able to break through the checkpoint, though they are gonna go 3 down for it.
Yes, and they've just gone 3 down, and the Zap is the only one left. It's up to the Zap to regroup and paint for special, but the Zap goes down. The other 3 are just going to get back and play. This is a huge moment for Saturday Night Speedo, as basically that was a huge moment, but now they're all back in play, and they're starting to go down again. That head is actually doing some really great things, getting some chip damage in and helping the teammates get kills. However, the Bucket is popping Strike. They're doing everything they can to hold Saturday Night Speedo back from the checkpoint, and they're almost on equal points. Just Saturday Night Speedo got the checkpoint slightly later, and they're 3 down. 4 of a kind are 3 down. This is huge. The Sorella takes the raid. They're just gonna try and get themselves a lead right now, as high a lead as they can. And the rain goes down. They go 3 down. It's up to the heads to regroup, and it's up to 4 of a kind to try and to try and make a bigger push.
I mean, yeah, 24, that's pretty deep into the enemy's plat, so that could be a game-winning push if Saturday Speedo plays this correctly. Unfortunately, they're going to go 2 members down right away. Foreverkind try to take this opportunity as quickly as they can. Heavy Ed is going to go down, so no cooler for Saturday Night Speedo. The Rainmaker situations are going to be there. Unfortunately, the brother's going to drop them, try to go, but no! The Shield will be their own worst enemy as they're able to use the Rainmaker to get the double kill, and Foreverkind at a flip of a coin, tip of a hat, whatever expression you want to use, just completely turned that around. So, you know what? We love Rainmaker. We love Rainmaker. That's all I gotta say.
We do love Rainmaker. Rainmaker is probably the most fast-paced mode in this game. Can't lie, because like literally you could just like. It's literally just up to grabbing the Rainmaker, taking it to the checkpoint, grabbing the Rainmaker, taking it to the other checkpoint. And although it is a little bit slower than it was in Splatoon 2 because of the addition of the checkpoints, it can still be really fast, as we saw there. Because they literally just got like... They literally got so many kills. And then they went down, regrouped, and then they got a wipeout, and that was their chance. Because they already had it so far, and they were using the bucket and the splash, they were doing the chip damage and helping their teammates. They were all damaging the other team together, and then the final picks were getting picked, and then they ended up wiping everyone out, and they got the Rainmaker into the final checkpoint.
Yeah, well, speaking of that final pick, I want to go back to it because that was really, really something, because I believe what happened was the Rainmaker shot was not deflected, was absorbed by the umbrella, but you know, since it's like any other umbrella shield or bubble, the Rainmaker thing exploded. It killed another member of Saturday Night Speedo, and I think the umbrella went down to a bomb, I believe. So that just cleared a path. That was, I don't want to necessarily say it was luck. I would just say, you know, fortune may be in their favor with that play. So hey, shout out to Foreverkind for just taking advantage of a really good situation. And unfortunately for Saturday Night Speedo, they were just on the wrong end of fortune there.
But yeah, and also, I think Saturday Night, because Foreverkind were really, really quick to capitalize on Saturday Night Speedo's disadvantage, but Saturday Night Speedo were a bit slow because in the middle of the game, Saturday Night Speedo did actually get a delayed wipeout there, but they kind of just sat in mid a bit with the Rainmaker and waited for them to come at them before making their push. But they did eventually manage to clear everything up, and they ended up getting a really good point score of 24. It just did not seem to be enough to win them that game, although it could have won them the game.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's in the past now. If you're Foreverkind, listen, you're moving on. But if you're Saturday Night Speedo, that will be it. But yeah, you can at least be happy that you made the top bracket. But it looks like we're gonna have no break whatsoever as we're hopping straight into quarterfinals, as we're gonna see Arrows of Red versus Starboard. Hey, Matt, do you have any information on these teams?
I've never heard of any of them, so that's a great start. But I'm sure we will see them. I have got this here, and but yeah, so we're gonna be excited to see how well they play.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna at least start them playing as we go to game number 1, Rainmaker Undertow Spillway. And I feel like this map, or this map mode in particular, can kind of get I don't want to say it can get choked up, especially on that left hand side, because everyone knows you want to go left, right? It's the much safer path. You really only want to go right if you have the main advantage. If you get like a wipeout, that's the only reason you want to go there. But you know, this map, it can get kind of choked up in that left, I won't say alleyway, that kind of left hand ramp area, mainly because everyone's gonna go there, right? It's really it is defender favored because you do have that height advantage. You do have the grate itself, you have the area above it, you have the rail above it, so that just makes it really, really hard for attackers to push that way. So I feel like just a majority of these games, or a majority of games played on this map mode, kind of get stalled out at that first checkpoint. I feel like it really takes like I said, like maybe 2-3 members down to really force your way through.
Yes, and yes, we've got some information about Arrows of Red right here. We've got their Looty season 16 Div 6, and they're actually there's actually sort of a semi pickup. The team Arrows of Gale, without one of the main members, and they have got some results here. We do have a Splatling player. We've got who plays Ballpoint and Head It and Mini, which is actually quite an interesting, because if we do see a Mini coming out this game, Mini is not a weapon that is seen a lot, so that could be quite interesting. And we also have your classic shooter player, Zap, 52 in shot. We have a Julian bucket player, so that could be interesting. Julie Squelchers and V Julies as well. And but yes, the comps are looking to be quite interesting. But yeah, Undertow Spillway can be quite a back and forth map. There is a mid has quite a big corridor where the underneath the two glasses, it's quite a big choke point for the map, and it's a choke point that you want to have control of, and then you want to push up into the grass and the court areas to try and give your team a good push to the first checkpoint, and then getting up to the enemy spawn for the goal is going to be really, really hard.
Yeah, I could see that, but also I want to double back a little bit to what you said about one of the teams. I believe it was Arrows of Red. Yes, Arrows of Red having that mini player. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a mini, mainly because it did recently get buffed. I forgot exactly what it was, so forgive my lack of knowledge there, but I do know, especially the Zimmy kit is very, very strong on this map like this, on Rainmaker in general, because one, you do have that defensive pressure of a bubble, right? You can either use it to be very aggressive with your Rainmaker pushes, or you can use it to be very defensive and put like a shield, like what it is, like a shield basically protecting your team and giving them somewhere they're safe to jump back to. So I really wouldn't be surprised to see a mini here, mainly because mini has been a really, really big riser. I feel like it's gonna be a big riser, especially after the buff it got. So that could be very interesting. Interesting to see there.
And we have some information on Starboard. They're also season 16 Div 7. They got second in the FGIU 72 gold bracket, so that is obviously quite good. From the Encompass, the other significant Div 7 skill cap low level tournament, and it looks like these teams are both going to be very, very strong. We've got a Splatana player who also plays Not. We have a Cooler player who plays Pencil and Head It, and we've got a Blaster player. They play C range and Sea Blast, and then we also have a shooter player who also plays Julies and Zap, and we have Zap. We also have another shot and Zap and a custom range blaster. So a bit less comp variety. The Splatana player could be interesting, especially the Splatana Stamper, because Splatana Stamper is strong when it's played correctly, and it looks like we've got the comps right here, and it looks like the crab goes down. They have already got an inkjet out, and the Julies are putting some pressure, getting some picks, doing what a skirmisher should do. And the range blaster got the pick, but it's also going down. The Rainmaker is hanging around in mid. We do see the Zinni coming out on the side of Arrows of Red, so this could be quite interesting. They have popped the bubble, and the Rainmaker is making a push. However, they do lose it at the 97 mark.
Yeah, and actually another very interesting thing for Arrows of Red's comp is the dual Squelchers. You know, another weapon that not seen very often. It is still a very strong weapon, very, like you said, very skirmishy, very, supposed to be a very distracted based weapon, but Arrows of Red say, hey, we're just gonna get a couple of kills, able to very quickly match what Starboard did to them, breaking through that checkpoint. And actually another interesting pick is Ballpoint. Again, another weapon that isn't really seen that often. It is kind of, I won't say outclassed or or necessarily beaten by Pencil, but it is very, very good in its own right. So with that, that means the Arrows of Red actually have no cooler. So very, very interesting from them. So they have to be a lot more selective about which fights they take. So let's see what they're gonna do here. As you see, the Rainmaker is gonna be just cornered here, just trying to stay alive. Fortunately, they're gonna go down. So Starboard going 3 members down. So Arrows of Red with the opportunity to take the lead.
And both teams have actually managed to cap the checkpoint. Arrows of Red are trying to make a push, but this is also another very important choke point. Undertow Spillway has lots and lots of choke points on the map. It's basically the whole map is mainly just a choke point. But we do see them getting picked off by the Zenny, not getting as far as the checkpoint. They are currently 1 down. They're trying to regroup, and this is a good chance for Starboard to try and make a push. The Custom Range Blaster is trying to defend that Rainmaker. They pop Wavebreaker. This could be very useful for the chip damage. Chip damage is really, really important, and also the AoE damage. They're both very good for chip damage, and it looks like the Custom Range is going to be trying to put the pressure on. Whereas, however, they're going to go down to the Wavebreaker from the Custom Julie Squelchers, as usual, doing their job as a skirmisher. And as we see, the Rainmaker is going left towards grass, and the Custom Julie Squelchers are just trying to avoid all the shots from the enemy team right now. Arrows of Red are 2 down, and the Gal is currently getting into fight. The Gal gets the pick, and the Rainmaker is trying to get through that checkpoint, is trying to extend their lead, even if they could just get a small jump over the lead. And it's in the Rainmaker is in the corner. The Arrows of Red are 2 up, and they get the pick. However, the Rainmaker is in a really dangerous spot for them. They have to defend it. They have to control the zone around the Rainmaker, and it looks like they're going to try and make a push up and try and get an advantage before they make their push. And the Crab Tank does come out from the side of Starboard, and they are putting a lot of pressure with bombs, the AoE, and Wavebreaker. However, Arrows of Red are building their specials, and it looks like they're about to make a big push.
I mean, yeah, you see they have the Jet, they have the Zipcaster at the race, so they can make very, very aggressive plays. They have to be really smart about it, as there's a good start. The 52 is going to go down. You gotta watch, be careful for that range blaster, though. On that left-hand side, they're going to go down as well. The Pencil, though, is going to be a little bit of a threat, but the Inkjet is going to at least trying to force them back. Both members of Starboard remaining are going to be backed up a little bit down to 47 points. That's going to be the lead taken for Arrows of Red, but now they're 2 members down. 30 seconds remaining in this game, so right now, time is on their side. Time is their friend. If you're Arrows of Red, if you're Starboard, time is going to be your biggest enemy. You have to get the Rainmaker. You have to make sure that you don't take any disadvantageous fights, as the dualies are going to go down. It's a very, very bad start. The range blasters are going to go down as well, so 2 members down. Rainmaker stuck in this corner. 10 seconds remaining in this game. You see the Rainmaker trying to at least stay alive, trying to paint the map, their color, try to get their teammates in. 5 seconds remaining in this game. 3, 2, 1. Here we are in overtime. About 40 seconds remain on that Rainmaker timer. Maybe a little less. You see the timer is going to slowly tick down. Range blaster going to go down once again, and Will's going to come out, but that might be it. Rainmaker trying to at least stay alive for a little bit longer, able to do so, but not for long. Arrows of Red, it took a little bit. You know, we did the little undertow thing where, you know, that corner is very, very stally, but eventually Arrows of Red are able to break through, able to get a little bit farther down to 47 points, and they're able to take game number 1.
Yes, that was a really, really good game. Both teams, as we can see, are in the same skill level, fighting for that Rainmaker. And Arrows of Red put up a good fight, and so did Starboard. But in the end, Arrows of Red were the ones who took game 1. And as we can see, we had the Zinni on the side of Arrows of Red. That did put up the bubble for the Rainmaker to get some space and to clear out a path at the start. However, they did eventually end up getting picked off at the start, but then they eventually ended up getting the win. And as you could see, Starboard did actually have a very chip heavy comp. They had some Wavebreaker, they had some Range Blaster, I'm pretty sure they had the heavy in it, and there was a lot of chip damage going on, and a lot of bomb spam as well, which is just even more chip damage, and that really helped when doing the pushes. It just didn't, because they were holding Arrows of Red back, and they managed to and they managed to paint their way up. But when they got a disadvantage, Arrows of Red, both teams were really quick, but Arrows of Red managed to capitalize on those disadvantages.
Yeah, they're really able to do that, but we're gonna see if Arrows of Red can continue that momentum as we go to game number 2, Splat Zones Makeup Mart. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Hammer, mainly because Hammer is pretty good on this map. You can throw it, you can do a lot of damage, because they recently buffed it to where you only have 2 zones, and that one, I'm gonna say that one shot range, that's basically that's bigger than a suction bomb. That is a very, very big one shot range, so I would not be surprised to see a Hammer just get chucked at snipe. We see Hammers getting thrown left, right, and center, but we're gonna see as we hop into game number 2, Arrows of Red sticking with what they know. Starboard, on the other hand, going for a couple of switches, another Forge Pro weapon that's been seen, I believe that's the second time today from a different team, so you know what, I'm all here for it. And also a Dread Ringer, very, very good zones map, or very, very good zones weapon in general, just it paints so much to the main weapon. The suction bomb is very helpful along with the retard, but we're going to see here if that's going to be able to do what they need. But so far, Arrows of Red able to take the first couple of points off the board here, only getting down to 91 points remaining without Starboard, although are going to be there to fight back. But Arrows of Red able to capture the zone once again. The retard is going to come out, but they're going to go down as well. So it looks like Arrows of Red taking a very, very strong start to this game here.
Yes, and it looks like they got a wipeout. It looks like Splat Zones Makeover is really, really strong for them, because they are holding Starboard back, and Starboard are not getting the chance to push. And it looks like Starboard are trying everything they can. They're popping their specials. They get picked off in the crab tank. Starboard going 3 down. Arrows of Red have got a very chippy comp. They've got the Splatanas, they've got the Julies, which are going to be skirmishing, and it looks like one of them has got picked off, and we have the Zinni as well popping that bubble, just keeping that shield so that they can't get to the zone, and the game is over already.
They did Rainmaker. What else do you want me to say? They just really did the Rainmaker, not Rainmaker, they did the zones thing. They locked them out, they kept them staggered, they kept them not all as a team. They made sure they kept the members separated, so they really couldn't build up a combined force and fight against the team. So Arrows of Red, just after a very back and forth, a very stally game number 1, they just say, you know what, we're done playing around, we're just gonna do what we can, we're gonna get out of here, go on the semis, and that's exactly what they came here to do, and that's exactly what they did. So hey, shout out to Arrows of Red, just very, very good game there.
Yep, and as you can see, Arrows of Red just locked in for the second game, and Starboard just got a bit staggered. They tried popping their specials, they tried all that, but they just got picked off, and as you can see, there was nothing they could do, because Arrows of Red they took that zone, got the first wipe, they used that advantage to push up, and they got pick after pick after pick, and just took that game by storm. And as you can see, they also did have that chippy comp. They had that comp with all the chip damage. They had double splatling, which is actually quite crazy, because even though one of them is sort of a mid lane splatling, it's just pretty unusual to see 2 splatlings, but it obviously works for them, and it did work because they completely dominated that game right there. And of course you had the Splatana Stamper and the Julie Squelchers. The Julie Squelchers were skirmishing away. I'm pretty sure one of them did get picked off, but then when they tried to push alone, Starboard tried to push alone, and then it ended up costing them.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Starboard. This is where your tournament run ends. But hey, like I said before, you made gold bracket. You did pretty good. That's all I can really say. But with that, that'll be the end of our commentary block. But stick around, because there'll be much more coming up. We got quarters and finals. I'm sure y'all don't want to miss that. But before we go, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. AMAC, where do people find you?
Nowhere. But basically, I do have a really old cringy Splatoon YouTube channel. If anyone wants to go watch that, I beg that you please don't look me up. It's really, really hard to find. But, you know, if you want to subscribe to my friend, his name's Josh's Piping Adventures, you can go and do that. But yeah, and Topic, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me over on Blue Sky at Topical2. Find me over on Discord at Topic_2. And yeah, that's really it for me. But yeah, that'll be it from at least us two today. But
Yeah.
I know y'all don't want to go anywhere because next up for our semis and grands, we have Pat and Hammy on the mic. I'm sure y'all don't want to miss that. So
Yeah.
with that, thank you, Jup, for being our streamer. But that'll be it from us for now. And of course, guys, stick around because we got more little Squid coming up to you in a little bit.
Yep.
Welcome back, everyone, to the semi-finals of Little Squid League 49. My name is Hammy, and I'm joined here with Pat. Pat, how you doing?
I am doing awesome. I mean, every time there's a Little Squid League, I'm happy. It's one of my favorite tournaments. And I love to see really the future of the scene fight for the diamond crown that is here on the top bracket. And We're now in the semifinals. We're now in a best of 5. It's going to be between Rainfall and Altruist on this side.
Yeah, Rainfall and Altruist, they've been both running through this diamond bracket. I was looking through. Rainfall has not dropped a single match today. They have had 2 buys in round 1 of diamond bracket as well as group stage, but they are playing out of their minds, I'm sure, without dropping a single game. Altruist, bit more of a lot of 2-1s coming through here, but they've been fighting their way through, and now we're going to see how these teams want to fight as they are getting in the match. Rainfall already rushing to the zone. Altruist a bit more of a cautious approach as Rainfall already has control of the middle of the map. And now a bit of a skirmish coming in. Dooley's rolling in by themselves, not getting any value. Rainfall already looking pretty.
Yeah, Rainfall very much in control right now, but they've just lost a player as Altruist is answering the call, trying to get in. They lose 2 players, trying to push, and Rainfall is holding that zone, forcing Altruist to respawn fast, but it's not working for Altruist right now. More splats going the way of a Rainfall, who are now trying to push forward. You know how dangerous a team can be once they are on top of that platform, and look at that, all of Rainfall ahead of the zone, holding the line right now.
Altruist had a bit of a stagger there, but are now all back together. We do see their specials online, 3 ready to go. The sodas are out. Here comes the missiles. They have that slider ready. Can they get it into a perfect position to push through? They do get 1 member down of Rainfall. Here comes that bubble a bit further back than they might have hoped, but it does get them a footing, and there goes the zone with a couple of picks. Altruist are not out of this match yet. They are here to fight, pushing out Rainfall now. They have to regroup in their base, but we've seen how impressive Rainfall have been already in the first minute and a half, and I'm sure they're going to be able to break back in. So if you're Altruist, you got to get ready.
Yeah, that was a mighty first push by Rainfall. Altruist, though, they're in control right there. They're holding that zone as Rainfall is trying to go onto the zone. They deploy the, ooh, very nice splat right here. That's going to allow them to apply penalty, allow them to get in, and force Altruist to defend now.
Here comes that slider from Rainfall, not getting any picks, but I do trade out the decav as they slide through. Now we have Altruist is pushed back a little bit. They need to regroup once again. We saw them break in. They know how to successfully get back to zone. Bit of a risky play, does not play out. They get up the sodas, but 2 members going down. The Trizuka does go down. Nara able to help on that front, but now as a Dooley left alone on the flat, this counter is about to start ticking down as the penalty is gone. Only a few seconds left. Altruist are down 2 with those picks. That is looking like it's going to be Rainfall's game. I don't think Altruist have time, even if they got a wipeout. Unless that slider, no, it does not get to zone. And Rainfall, in a very suppressive fashion, taking game 1.
Hey, I mean, you said before the game, Rainfall are undefeated. Rainfall are coming into this tournament incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, and they keep the winning streak active. They keep getting more and more. I mean, it's very much a monster team that we have here, and they're here to show how good they are.
For sure. Now, the one benefit that Altruist has is they've played a lot more today. Rainfall have been sweeping all their sets, but they've had 2 buys. They were in in round 1 of groups. They only played 2 rounds instead of 3, and then in Diamond Bracket, because they're the number 1 seed, they had a bye. So Altruist, they've played more Splatoon today. They've had more time to warm up and kind of get in their groove. But it looks like Rainfall doesn't need that time. They're already in a groove, and they're just here to keep taking names. So Altruist now, I do believe, have a counter pick. So it gives them a lot more ability to push Rainfall back, because they can bring them into their own territory rather than being at the whim of a set map list.
Yeah, a counter pick is a very important thing for a team, especially when you're down, when you're behind. Being able to go onto a map mode where you know you'll be able to reset mentally, when you know you have a good plan, where you know you have tried different things, that could allow Altruist to get back in, and they choose pretty fast to go on Clam Blitz on Umami Runes. I love to see teams counterpick Clam Blitz. If you have the plan, if you have the coordination, this is the perfect mode.
Definitely. Clam Blitz can be that mode that sometimes you just lack the confidence in. I know me, like, personally, a lot of the times I dread playing Clam Blitz because, like, oh, we need to lock in now. We can't just... I'm a reflex main. If it's zones, I turn my brain off. I just paint. It's easy. Clam Blitz, I gotta think about economy. I gotta think about more positioning, passing clams. So yeah, I love this pick from Altruist. I'm really excited to see if they can bring out something very interesting for us here.
Now, the thing Altruist will have to pay attention to is Catboy on the side of Rainfall. That heavy Splatling has been buffed recently and outranges everybody on the side of Altruist. They will need to find a way to cut the distance. I mean, they have the missiles, which are always good to negate a backline, but they need to push forward. And right now, it's Rainfall again, opening pretty strong, taking control of top mid and pushing their way forward.
Here goes that slider, not going to catch anyone. It actually does go down, not the result that Inoki was looking for, though the rest of the team is still holding out here. The numbers advantage is on the side of Rainfall, but that jump in does break, but does go down. 3v3, can they get any picks? No. Demon Days does go for the clams rather than any picks. Ultra was pushing out Rainfall, only 68 points. That is a decent starting push, but 2 power clams will completely through that. A double kill coming in from Hydra on that Headit, walking through with those sodas, getting a third, the assist on the third, actually. One member left of Rainfall, and this might be a push for Altruist.
That's a push for Altruist, but they lost a lot of clams, they lost 2 players. The Tactical is active, but they have to push back because Rainfall is defending pretty well. Lizzie with the Decapitator is still around, but the basket is going to close. That's the end of that push. Just 20 points is not what Altruist was hoping for right there. They were so close to getting so much more.
And they set up so well, too. You see, they went for the kills rather than the clams. They set up the basket. There's only 1 member left, just Catboy and Rainfall, but just didn't have that economy. Now, Ultra still does have map control, which is very, very important, and they have a lot of clams, 16 total on their side. So if they can get in here, they can cause a lot of damage and get a lead pretty easily, but they need to find those picks, and they do. Goes down 2, but Rainfall still fighting back. Ultras are going to need to work for it.
Yeah, Altruist not able to pierce through yet. Every splat becomes a trade as I say that. Altruist gets in, and now that's a very nice bubbler. They have 1 more clam that should be able to get the lead. Here comes the Reef Slider to end the push again. Though Altruist got the tiniest lead you can get. With just a super clam, Rainfall would get that lead back.
Exactly, and I love the patience from Inoki on that Dreadbringer. They realize that, well, sure, we lose the lead, but 1 power clam will break it. I'm going to back up, get my slider, and go back in and get that double kill to clear them out of our spawn. Very well played, and also getting another pick there as we watch them on the spectator cam. Now, Rainfall trying to take back control. Here comes another slider from Inoki, getting 1 again, but does go down to Catboy on that, Hydra on the Headit on the side of Altruist, able to clear that out. That is one of the most difficult things with Slider is ending in a position where you're not going to get picked off by something like a Splatling, very high DPS.
And the 2 Splatlings have been such a pillar for their team to really punish the wrong moves to get the special Splat. Hydra getting 1 here, getting another. That is huge. That's going to allow Altruist to take control of top mid, to establish themselves, capture more clams, and prepare another push. But they need to push ahead of that mid and punish these recurring Reef Sliders.
Yeah, Hydra pulled one of my favorite moves, which is watch the enemy power clam and just kill anyone who goes near it. It's an easy way to get multiple kills. Now, Altruist did lose map control there. They had to walk back and let Rainfall take space. No power clam on the side of Rainfall, so they can't push just quite yet, and obviously they'd like to get some picks, but with those sodas coming out from Hydra, it's actually going to enable Altruist to walk in a bit more confidently and not worry about dying, because they get back quick, and they do manage to get the numbers advantage, taking back the zone, getting 3, getting the wipe, but there is a jump behind them. Do they recognize that they do? Gnar on the side of Altruist does manage to recognize it. There goes the break. Here comes the power clam jumping in, gets it in. 32 points already, but it's just Hydra. They have to back up, reset, and respect the fact they got this lead. There's 35 seconds. Now they have to turtle up and defend.
That's the lead that allows them to get a Super Clam scored onto them, and Rainfall is not wasting a second. They Reef Slide in, the Reef Slider is punished again. Rainfall needs to get in. They don't have much clams, but they have enough. They keep the basket open. This could be a lead swap as long as they grab 3 more clams, and they have the super in the basket. That's the lead. That's another clam in the basket. Everybody's jumping in. Altruist trying to defend. They get 3 splats. They get the wipeout, but now they need an overtime comeback, Hammy.
And that's a tall overtime comeback indeed. Getting past 5 points, you essentially need to KO at that point with how many points a clam gets you. Now, they don't have a lot of time. They have 2 power clams on board. They have a slider ready. They can get in if Alnar gets through the enemy lines, but they need to break now. They're running out of time. That timer's going to go down, and that's it. Altruist had the resources, but not the time. The clock was on the side of Rainfall, and now they are up 2-0 in this best of 5.
Altruist were so close to getting that game, but Rainfall able to really get that one big push to get the lead back, and then Altruist were not ready to get another push. They didn't have the resources ready. They had to use everything just to stop Rainfall for scoring. And right now, despite playing so well on this map, despite finding incredible picks, they are back 2-0, and they need to get another counter pick, their last counter pick of the set.
Now, again, speaking historically from this match, we're seeing both of these teams' records could stay true. Rainfall has yet to lose a single match, but Altruist has, other than their first match of the day, or set of the day, everything has been a 2-1. So Altruist could reverse sweep there, and it would continue their streak of having close sets. So if they win this next one, we could very well see that reverse sweep come in, because they did it in round 2 of Diamond Bracket. They reverse swept UFO.
Yeah, I mean, everything is possible. We'll see. It's going to be rough for Altruist right now. I feel like they need to change something. They need to be able to punish Rainfall before Rainfall deals the damage to them. They've had really trouble being proactive. They had trouble really pushing in and getting the points they could get if they wanted to. And we're going to go back to Splat Zones, this time on Robo Roman.
Robo Ramen Splat Zones. Now this is where a slider can shine. Now here it's risky because Rainfall does have Inoki on that Dreadringer. That's going to be a very deadly weapon. But Altruist does have Alnar on those Tetra dualies with that slider as well. So they need to be ready to outplay Rainfall, because I think this will be a very strong map for their comp with that heavy, with that Dreadringer and the 2 shooters. But they're gonna have to overcome a lot here.
Yeah, as you said, there is a lot to go through. There is a lot to do. Altruist, they have the fight in them. They can do it, but going against Rainfall, connecting things, getting things to go your way for a whole game is a whole different story. You really need to adapt. You need to be prepared to defend and to attack whenever you need to. But yes, let's go. This could be the final game for Altruist, or this could be the start of something. We'll see what they're able to do. Rainfall not really changing what has been working for them, and Altruist bringing back the same comp as well. It's really, can they make it work this time?
Yeah, and honestly, they might be able to. They just have to prove that they can. Already painting up for some sodas in the back is heavy on that Headit. Now, already getting the soda for their team. They let Rainfall have the map control early. They're playing calm here. We see Lizzie and Jake, Slasher and Roller coming in. They do manage to get one, though pushing up a little bit too far. The rest of the team wasn't ready to respond as Altruist was still getting the zone. They are in control. That's step 1. Now step 2 is getting some picks, but here Catboy on the heavy, being oppressive, just painting down from the heavens. Nar trying to be a little bit annoying on that side, trying to push them out. Here comes those strikes from Lizzie, pushing out Rainfall. But we have this flank here from Onoki that might cause some damage to get that slider ready.
Yeah, that Dreadringer is so powerful, so oppressive when on the ledge, and right now the rest of Rainfall was able to get in, get the splats, and that's the lead taken by Rainfall right now. It's on Altruist to really find a way in. That splat on the shooter is a huge sub, but the answer from the Reef Slider is as dramatic as Rainfall is really locking that zone.
2 members of Altruist barely staying alive thanks to some geometry, but still 1 pick plus not dying on Dreadringer is a lot of value. Getting another there, a good slosh from Inoki onto Lizzie. Gnar pushed up by themselves, but they're running out of time. Rainfall 22 ticks away from KOing and sweeping this set. They're going to need something, but they're getting pushed back into their base. 10 ticks, they need to walk forward. Here comes the strikes from Lizzie. We have Jake painting. They get the neutral, they get the cap. No, the slider from Inoki will push them out. Lizzie's painting, so is Hydra. They're all just fighting for this zone. All 4 members of Altruist are trying their best, but they're down 2. Can they get it? Lizzie by themselves can't get it. No, the wipeout. Rainfall able to just keep that penalty away and just consistently keep that zone neutral and get the wipe, picking up Altruist 1 by 1, keeping their record alive. 3-0 sweep.
An Altruist right there, so close to flipping that zone, so close to keeping themselves alive in the tournament. But hey, they made it to top 4, but it's nothing to scoff at. That was a great run by Altruist, but right now, Rainfall is dominating this bracket, is showing why they are the seed number 1 of this tournament. And they just got their qualification for the finals.
Definitely. Yeah, again, great work from Rainfall, sweeping everything so far this tournament. Altruist trying their best. They fought their way through Diamond Bracket, getting all the way to semis finals of any tournament, honestly, is no easy feat, especially one as competitive as LSL in this lower level. Now, I do believe we're going to go to a very short break as the other semifinals match is finishing up before we go to our grand finals. Will it be Arrows of Red? Will it be Turbo Torben? Find out soon. Welcome back, everyone, to the finals of Diamond Bracket at LSL 49. We have Rainfall, who we just saw sweep Altruist on stream, versus Arrows of Red, who just swept Turbo Torben. These semifinals matches have been both sweeps, so both of these teams are gunning it for this top spot at Seed 1 and Seed 2. I'm Hammy, once again joined by Pat, and we're about to see this match unfold.
Yeah, that's right. Hammy, it's not that often that Little Squid League sees the top 2 seeds get into the finals. I believe it's the first time I see it. Usually we see so many surprises, and we saw a lot of surprises during this tournament, but now 2 teams that, as you said, have come in incredibly strong. Rainfall still hasn't dropped a single map. Arrows of Red have dropped a few during groups as they were getting warmed up, but in that diamond bracket, both of these teams have come in strong, have beaten everybody, and are now facing each other for the Little Squid League crown. And we're going to start on a map that we just saw, on a map that is very much a classic of competitive. It's going to be Splat Zones on Robo Roman.
Yeah, we just saw this match on stream, and we saw how strong Rainfall was playing it. Again, they have a lot of weapons that can take advantage of the map, especially Noki on that Dreadringer. Very strong main weapon for the map, let alone with a slider and a bomb. You're going to have a lot of power, but we've seen that Arrows of Red are no pushover. They've won all the way through here. They're the 2nd seed in this tournament. We've seen them on stream today. And we know that they're going to give us a show.
Yeah, they will give it to us for sure. I mean, it's the finals. It's going to be a show. These 2 teams have shown what they can do so far, have been fast, have been moving around, and now they're going to fight to be banned from Little Squid League.
Definitely. Now, I believe we are getting the match set up. We are ready to go relatively soon. Sure, the players are picking out their weapons. Now, one thing I would like to point out is that Rainfall is a team that has been playing together for a little while. Obviously, in the round, with the whole Rainfall versus Rainfall fiasco we saw a while ago, and many other things. And I believe Arrows of Red are technically a pickup. It is Arrows of Gale with 1 member subbed in from another team. I am not 100% sure on what team they are from, but so they're not technically a full roster, but still making it as the 2nd seed overall, despite that setback and getting all the way to finals. So we'll see if that ends up being a factor in this match.
I mean, if you change your name, yes, you're not the same team, but the Arrows of Gale, they bring the same logo, and they're very much free of players from Arrows of Gale plus 1 friend. Like it's still very much a very well-established team of this scene. They've been here for years now, so we very much see 2 teams of experience ready to face each other, ready to get to the next step. And given what both of these teams have shown us today, both are ready to go beyond. Both are should be out of Little Squid League because they're beating everybody.
Yeah. And one of these teams definitely will be out of Little Squid League in 5 matches or less. I'm sure they're all very excited. Getting skill-capped tournaments that ban you for winning are always very exciting when you can actually manage to fight your way to the top. I remember being very, very excited when I managed to win Little Squid League and get my little badge. Well, actually, there wasn't even badges back then. It was just like, cool, you're banned, goodbye. And go do something else. Good times. But yeah, I'm sure the nerves are probably setting in for some of these teams. I know Rainfall, especially, having not lost a single match today, on one hand, it shows their dominance, but I'm sure the pressure is on. I feel like if they lose that 1 match to Arrows of Red, it's going to throw off their rhythm. They're not going to know what to do. They haven't had to counterpick. They don't. Yeah. They're not going to be ready for it. But either way, we're going to see what's going to happen here as we're finally getting in. Splat Zones on Robo Ramen once again. Same comp coming up from Rainfall. We're seeing double Splatling coming in from Arrows of Red. I believe they played that earlier today, and it did them very well.
Yeah, and right now we'll see how it goes. I love Arrows of Red. Bring the double Splatling to the table, especially Ballpoint is one of these weapons that is so fun, especially with the jetpack right now. Both teams trying to paint the zone, trying to get some control. The big bubble deployed on the zone by the arrows will allow them to get control, and with 2 splats, that is the arrows taking the lead right here and pushing Rainfall back.
Yeah, a rare thing to happen. Rainfall getting pushed back in this tournament. Arrows of Red already holding a zone, counting down. They're down 2 members, but they have this mini crash mat on support, able to kind of paint out and buy some space, letting Arrows of Red get back in. The Rainfall now in control of this map. This is a comfortable position for them. They know how to fight from here. The bubble coming out a bit prematurely. It does go down almost immediately. Here comes the zip swinging through the roster of Rainfall, though does get picked off, unfortunately. Snowball getting picked off as well, dropping down to that side, and now we just see Rainfall walking back in, but getting maybe a little overzealous as Crashbat does get that pick and puts out a bubble to try to cap, but no, the slider!
The slider canceled the bubble, but the Zimmy is still around, ready to paint. Rainfall struggling to hold their zone as Arrows of Red are respawning, are getting back in there into more and more fight. They got the splats onto, oh, so many splats happen, but it's just Yoshi on the side of the arrows. Yoshi is pushed away, and Rainfall holding that zone, holding that lead. They don't have, penalty wasn't applied, and right now they're simply standing in front of the zone.
Yeah, they're just buying their time, getting those points counting down. Crashmat trying to, again, get some bubbles out, push up with the team now. Arrows of Red painting a lot. Can they get this cap and give that penalty? No, they're getting out-painted. Catboy on that heavy, doing so much, and Inoki coming in with that slider to confirm that cap. 20 ticks left. Arrows of Red are starting to scramble a bit, but they do get 3 picks. They managed to survive that push through. Now getting map control. All 4 members walking up. They know they need to lock out Rainfall because they do not want to give them back that zone. They've seen how hard it is to cap when Rainfall are in control, so they're not going to give them another chance.
Yeah, and right now Arrows of Red holding strong, dodging bazookas, and really maintaining that pressure. Beautiful move by the Stamper going in, but not if. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That is not good. Arrows of Red just lost. I think. What is happening?
Rainfall pulled out their ultimate tactic. Disconnect the game. Yeah, there's one member remaining in this match now. All 7 other members have DC'd. This is, you know what? Okay, the reason this happened, things were too perfect. We have seed 1 and seed 2 in the grand finals. Like this, something happened. There was a glitch in the matrix, so Nintendo's resetting it for us. They're booting out the lobby. So I'm not quite sure what the ruling will be on that, as the entire lobby kind of crashed. I believe we're going to wait for our TOs to kind of give us the final say there, as I don't get paid enough to make the statement on what exactly happens there. I'm just here to talk about it.
As you said, we're humble spectators. We're waiting for our wonderful admins to decide what's going to happen. That was a cool game. Both of these teams had a good hold. Both of these teams were able to get pushes and defend. There was a lot going on, so I don't want it to end like that, but we'll see what is decided right here.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what this best of 5 is going to have, because we saw Arrows of Red pushing out Rainfall. We didn't see that very much in our last streamed set. So being able to push it, obviously Rainfall had a lot of, oppressive pushes, but Arrows of Red able to keep them back. And we saw before the lobby got destroyed, we saw them setting up for a very strong hold. The Stamper getting a great position on the snipe. So Roselli doing a great job there. But this is going to be a close set. I don't think this is going to go strongly either way. As much as we saw Rainfall having a good lead there, we were seeing the beginnings of Arrows of Red about to make a massive holdout.
Yeah, I mean, anything could happen right there, depending on like these two teams were able to answer each other. These two teams seem to have a lot of knack to really counter what the other team is doing, get their way in, get the splats. We'll see how how things are happening. We have Robert in chat, but it seems like teams are preparing for a replay because TOs were slow to tell them what to do. So teams looks like teams are preparing a replay.
Honestly, that's what I like to see. As much as, you know, that could have gone either way. They could have said, okay, well, based on the timing, based on the score, you know, Rainfall had a lot of points. But I like that we're going to see this replay because now the teams have warmed up to each other. Now they know how they're playing. Now we get to see them fight, like knowing their opponent, and that's a big thing sometimes in some Splatoon matches is you spend a match or two learning how your opponents play, and I think that they got a great feel for each other in that first little bit. So we're going to see how these teams want to run it back. Snowball already going down to the bottom left. Again, just a impressive opening from Rainfall, already getting a pick, already getting map control. Continual just pressure from Demon Days on that bottom. Inoki coming in with the slider, not only getting one pick, I believe, but getting traded out. Arrows of Red, again, they aren't getting locked out by Rainfall. They're contesting this.
They're contesting, but it's not working yet. Rainfall really being able to hold the line, force errors away, and oh, very nice section right here to simply deny the presence of the errors. Rainfall already passed the 50-point mark. They want a repeat of the previous game where they got the early lead, but Arrows of Red able to push in, able to clean up to the side as well. I believe it's a delayed wipe, Hammy, as the Arrows of Red. Now it's their turn to hold.
A delayed wipe and now a stagger. They got another 2 picks after that. Arrows of Red, they can hold out just as good as Rainfall. This match is going to come down to which team can break in as quick as possible. Arrows of Red about to take this lead, most likely, unless Inoki comes to the slider to tie. Can they get it? Yes, they do actually get the cap. They managed to prevent the penalty, getting the lead, but 2 members down now. Snowball and Roselli have to push back and respect this. Snowball trying to stay alive, rolling around, trying to fight Demon Days. They get a jump in for Crash Map, but they do go down as well as themselves now. Rainfall already counting through this penalty. They have Soda. They're in position. Arrows of Red, they need to get ready to break back in. They can't get too antsy here and push up by themselves.
Yeah, Rainfall finding the answer, but now Arrows of Red, they have 2 specials at the ready. Oh wait, they lose 2 players, including one of their specials. That is huge for Rainfall right now, who are defending so strong. Got rid of their penalty, have the lead. Bazooka is finding one, almost finding a second. It does get it right after, and with 3 players down, Rainfall is holding. Didn't let the zone be capped, and Snowball is alone to the side, completely surrounded. They are getting the jumps in, but they need to paint right now. Wait, can they do it? No, it's too late right now. Rainfall gets game number 1.
So close. Rainfall proving that they don't need the pity of the specifics of the score from last game. No, we'll run it back. We'll KO even. We'll win even faster this time with a KO over Arrows of Red. Again, that Zuka coming in from Demon Days, huge. Getting both of the Splatlings. Those are the only 2 players that are going to paint that zone for you. They're the supports. They're the ones that are going to get you in. And then Roselli also going down as the Stamper, just leaving the Snowball, the Dualies by themselves. That was the nail in the coffin, was that Zuka. Rainfall now up 1 game, but Arrows of Red, they have a counter pick.
Yeah, and I mean, losing a player right as you are about to push is so rough because you lose a potential special, you lose time, and it messes up your coordination now because the rest of the team has to decide in an instant whether they're going to try to push and in a very difficult position or whether they have to wait longer, regroup once again to prepare something. These Zukas really break your rhythm, break any momentum you can have. And now Arrows of Red, yet again, letting Rainfall get 1 game. Rainfall still undefeated, still winning it all, but this time Arrows of Red are picking Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway.
Rainmaker, Undertow, fairly common maps. I know they're going to be definitely very comfortable and strong here. It can go pretty quick. There's interesting options. I think it's a very well-rounded map mode combination that will give Arrows of Red a lot of opportunities, but they have to be careful. They've seen how Rainfall can play in that 1.5 games we've seen them play against each other, but they're going to have to find maybe a solution to some of the raw offensive power that Rainfall has.
Yeah, and I mean, these two modes play very differently in that in splat zones, you really want to take control of the map, something that Rainfall showed themselves incredibly good at. In Rainmaker, all you need to do is deny the control from the other team most of the time. You only need to go through it with the Rainmaker, and when you're defending, all you need to do is throw one bomb at the Rainmaker. This kind of movement is better aligned with Arrows of Red, who like to go to the side, who like to flank and try to get something else. And they bring an Octobrush to the mix. Octobrush is, honestly, I think, like the best weapon to grab Zipcaster with, because you can very easily get it and get results with the Zipcaster.
Yeah, and they're keeping that Zipcaster from the last game. Again, they had Roselli previously playing that Stamper, now playing a weapon that requires a bit less aiming, a bit more of a widespread shot, able to kind of cause a bit more damage, paint a little bit more, help out the team. Already getting down 2 members, but getting picked off by Catboy. Arrows of Red, though, never mind, they lost that numbers advantage, but to say it, but they still have a bit more map control. They have a bit more time to get in, but here comes the slider from Inoki with the Zuka from Demon Days, getting 2 picks already. Are they going to go left? Are they gonna go right? Let's see. They are gonna go left indeed to get that safer push. They're in here for the long haul, but here comes Roselli on that brush, picking multiple people from behind, still going, getting 3 and trading it, and there's the wipe for Arrows of Red. Huge flank from Roselli.
Arrows of Red, they like their flanks, they like to go to the side, and this is why they like to go to Rainmaker. Right there, they're gonna wait for the Rainmaker to reset, watching so that nobody can cheese their way through, but with 2 players down, this is the time for them to advance right now, to make that 3 players down and jump out. The Rainmaker is grabbed now. Can the Arrows of Red get the lead, get the checkpoint? Yes, they can, and they still get more splats. This push is not over, honey.
They're starting that stagger, but Inoki on this Dreadrigger knows what they have to do. Will it come out? No, they're going to hold it even longer and wait for the perfect opportunity, understanding the fact that their team is strong enough to stop that push without needing to use the slider just to stop it. Though they do get picked off now, 2 members of Rainfall down. Arrows of Red still in control of this map, and with 32 points in that first push, they're going to make it tough for Rainfall to keep their undefeated record going.
Yeah, but there's 2 down onto Arrows of Red right now. Rainfall always able to find the answer, always able to come back. They get the extra splat, they grab the Rainmaker. It's their turn to push again, and they have their pass to that checkpoint, honey.
Yeah, trying to get this check. They don't want to have that big flank stop them this time. There comes that slider from Inoki going straight through, but getting picked off now. Arrows of Red up 3 members over Rainfall. There is the wipe. They get the pop. They're going to leave that Rainmaker to reset. They're going to go full for map control and just let Rainfall just be pushed back and not give them opportunities. The Rainmaker does actually get picked up finally. They do run over. They realize that it's going to be more efficient to try to run this, as they are starting to stagger. As 1 member comes up, 1 member goes down. Here comes the Zipcaster, and here comes the push back.
Yeah, the push and the lead extension for the Arrows of Red. They're now at 13. They're still around, trying to get a bit more. Rosalie is going to die to the section. That's a very nice defense by Rainfall. Yoshi's still around. Yoshi's still there with that ballpoint. Ballpoint is so fast and getting the jumps in. Rainfall are forced to fight in their own spawn just to get the Rainmaker out right now.
We are seeing so much oppression from Arrows of Red. This isn't something that Rainfall really experienced so far in this tournament. And this is what I was alluding to earlier. They're starting to sweat a bit. They have to try to figure something out. This may be the first time today they've had to switch up the game plan, because what they've been doing finally isn't working. They've met their match in Arrows of Red. With a minute left in this game, they have to push to 12 or better.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. 1 minute left. The rainfall is in motion, but Arrows of Red all constantly moving to the side, waiting for the opportunity. That brush is simply waiting for the mistake on the side of Rainfall, and still dodging to the side. That's another push defeated by the Arrows of Red, really showing why they chose that map, why they are so good on it.
A third wipeout coming from Arrows of Red onto Rainfall. And again, that push getting stopped by stalling out the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker ran out of time. They know that they win by defending. And with 15 seconds left, Rainfall have to get in, but that Zipcaster blocking the slider now, just zipping around behind. Just look at this paint and getting another pick on Catboy with the direct 3 seconds left. Can Rainfall even grab this Rainmaker? No, they cannot, because it has not popped. And Arrows of Red have responded to Rainfall, making it 1-1.
1-1 and Rainfall. The Giants of LSL have bled. They have lost their first map today. I mean, we have a set. We have two monster teams fighting for the LSL crown. And now, for the first time, Rainfall lost the game, which means they need to counterpick.
Yeah, this can go one of two ways. Either Rainfall lose their groove because they finally lost their first match of the day, or they say, no, we're unfazed by this. Now we get a counter pick. Now we get to fight on our home turf and put Arrows of Red somewhere that they can't fight in. Now, the only unfortunate thing is that we cannot go back to zones, or Rainfall cannot bring us back to zones. So they're going to need to either pick into Rainmaker, which they just lost on, or go to Tower Control or Clam Blitz.
Yeah, right now, I'm not sure what they would want to do. For sure, they don't want to go back to Rainmaker. Arrows of Red showed their superiority on that mode, really showed their speed, their ability to go to the side, maintain the fight where Rainfall doesn't want these fights to happen. If they want to play off of the map control, Tower Control or Clam Blitz is certainly more preferable. And as I say that, it looks like they picked Rainmaker. I guess they don't agree with me. It's going to be Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track.
Rainfall are playing 4D chess. They see those opportunities that you haven't noticed just quite yet. And especially Humpback Pump Track, we just saw a really strong Octobrush performance from Roselli, and they're picking Rainmaker Humpback onto that. So if anything, I like this could be, maybe they don't know how to pick properly into other teams, or maybe this is just sheer confidence. Maybe they look at their roster and say, no, we're going to Humpback Pump Track. We're going to Rainmaker. We know how to win this.
Watch out for Enoki. A good bucket on this map is so dangerous, and Enoki has the fighting power, the explosive power to really get in, get the splats. And right now Rainfall, they got the pop, they are trying to get in. We see a few trades going already as Enoki is trying to punish these Julies to the side. By the way, that's V-Julies. We didn't have these until now, until we had the Julie Squelchers.
Yeah, that's correct. Snowball just switched off the Squelchers to the Vanilla Splat Dualies with that Crab. That's going to be a very good tool for Arrows of Red, and we've already seen them perform well in Rainmaker without that Crab. So having that extra backline support and long-range support, the bomb getting a pick, but also going down as well. 2 members down at Arrows of Red, but they're in control of the Rainmaker. They're going to try to stall this out, buy some time for their team to get back, and maybe try to even make a push out of this situation.
Yeah, and right now, with 2 players down, Rainfall will be able to grab the Rainmaker, get to that checkpoint. Arrows of Red trying to defend, but here comes the Reef Slider, creating chaos, allowing a trade, and forcing Rainfall's way onto the street. They are now fighting their way forward as Arrows of Red are now trying to limit the damage.
and limit the damage they do, getting the Rainmaker picked off at 58, but it's still in an awkward spot. Rainfall able to pop despite only having 2 members alive and a crab firing at it. That is the power of the heavy splatling after this patch from Catboy here. Now, Arrows of Red are in control of the map ever so slightly as they're trying to get more and more paint down. The bubble does come out a little bit earlier than they might have wanted. It does get them the map, but now they have to get checkpoint by itself. Can they do it? Yes, they can. Yashi able to just stroll on in. Now on the offensive, will they be able to get a substantial lead? Obviously, that lead there is useful, but it's not that significant. They need to keep going. Walking through. Ink coming from all directions, able to get to 25 before getting picked off. The Rainfall now with the wipeout, or early Zuka trying to pick off Roselli. They do not want that Afterbrush to get set up.
Yeah, and Rainfall, without wasting a second, using the wipeout to get already to the elbow, to get already in position to push again. But can they get to 25 is the whole question now. They're dancing around, dodging the attacks from the ballpoint, but they're not able to put the Rainmaker into the street. They're still waiting for their opportunity as Arrows of Red are building up their specials. They already have the jetpack ready to activate the jetpack to stop the Rainmaker in its track, and the crab tank to solidify as well. Very nice defense by Rainfall. Rainfall, they've been playing their specials incredibly well, both in attack and in defense.
You can see how calm Arrows of Red are here, because they're in the finals of Diamond Bracket. Some people would be shaking, but getting that pick on the Inkjet to save the lead shows that they are steady as can be right now. Rainfall still have control of this map, but Arrows of Red are locked into that defense, and they know how to not get broken down.
Yeah, we're back to mid, we're back to Rainfall with control of a Rainmaker, but they lose 2 players now. They were tactical, they should be able to jump back in very fast, but that's a lot of position lost and an opportunity for the Arrows to get back into mid, maintain the pressure. The big bubbler to the side is going to slow things down, but with 2 down, Rainfall able to get away from that tough situation. Now can they push in? The Reef Slider's coming in, the Reef Slider is finding one, but only one, and the Rainmaker is still waiting. I feel like Rainfall needs to go in now.
But you can see the toxic mist coming in from Crashmat on that Zimmy is giving a lot of pressure. Yet the Rainmaker can't walk through. 3 members going down on Rainfall. 45 seconds left. The defense of Arrows of Red is just too much. Rainfall need to find some crack in that defense. They need to get in between those toxic mists. They need to find a pick. Maybe even target different players. They might need to pick off Crashmat before they can really get a push going between that bubble and that toxic mist.
Yeah, and right now with 20 seconds left, the Arrows of Red know that all they need to do is deny. They have a crab tank ready. Snowball is still dancing around the Rainmaker, using the crab to dodge right there and simply delay the push by Rainfall. But Rainfall will grab the Rainmaker, will get overtime. They move to the side. They want to be sure to be safe as much as they are. They know that one bomb could end it all as Arrows of Red are setting themselves up in position. What a zip cast! Woo!
DHVF on the Rainmaker, trying to set up for the long haul, but no, Roselli on that Zipcaster. We've seen it all set so far. They just come in and get a double as soon as overtime starts. You know that they were waiting for that overtime to start to pop that Zipcaster. They're just sitting there waiting, licking their lips, ready to go. Arrows of Red up 2-1. Not only have they taken a game off Rainfall that no one else could have done, they put Rainfall at a deficit. Now they're behind.
Yeah, and Rainfall really have to pay for their patience, for the fact that they like to have full control before moving forward. They were a bit too slow, and Arrows of Red activating the Zipcaster there, or activating the crab tank or jetpack. They always had a tool to punish the Rainmaker for waiting, to get the Rainmaker from so far away, and it worked for them. Now again, Rainfall, I think they shouldn't go back to Rainmaker, and I think we've made that clear now.
Listen, they had a lot of opportunities. There was only like about a 10 point, I'm not sure the exact number, but about a 10-point difference between their pushes, ultimately coming down to that Inkjet managing to get the kill as they ran along the window route. So it wasn't all for nothing, but Eras of Red able to lock it out with that defense. Again, those toxic mists did so much work. And now we are going to Clam Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime. Finally coming back to Clam Blitz, we brought up earlier on our comm block that this is a very coordination heavy mode, and when we saw it get counterpicked into Rainfall, they just completely shut out the other team of Altruist. So this could be a good pick for Rainfall. We haven't seen Arrows of Red, at least on our comm block, playing Clan Blitz, so I think this is a great pick from Rainfall.
Yes, this is a good map mode for them. They have the range. Thanks to Catboy on the heavy splatling, they have the coordination for Clan Blitz, and they have the map control, this ability to really hold the line when they want to, which is so important, especially on Barnacle and Dime. Because you want to take control and then wait to have all the clams before going under the basket, before committing in. But now, I mean, we were talking about pressure. Rainfall, this is not their first finals. Recently, they've gotten second in in gold bracket from the Ink Cup. They got to that finals, but they missed there. So now the question is, can they seal the deal? Can they beat that finals and get the gold? Or should I say the diamond?
They definitely want to do that today. I know, like, both of these teams are fighting, as they've definitely both played this tournament many times in the past and want to finally get kicked out and say, no, go somewhere else. Arrows of Red already in control of the map. This is a different story than we've seen so far this set. Rainfall unable to get that early map control. They're a very quick team at getting back from wipes and getting in at the beginning, but Arrows of Red, with this lead they've taken, they've locked in and they've found their ticket to beating Rainfall. 3 members down. It's just Demon Days in the pit, unable to really defend at all as they have to jump out.
Yeah, and look at Snowball in that position to really force Rainfall to look at them, as the rest of Arrows of Red are simply getting more space. It's 2 players down, it's 3 players down! It's a wipeout in the spawn! And the basket is still open, Hammy. Arrows of Red showing how well they dominate this map right now, and Rainfall are struggling. 23 points left, and the Arrows of Red still have more clams, still have the basket open, still have the numbers. It's non-stop, and Yoshi on top of that jetpack is gonna be punished. Rainfall, can they close that basket? They only need to hold the line a little bit and they're able to survive. But what an opening by the Arrows.
Rainfall watching their tournament life slipping away, just barely hanging on. There's still 3 minutes, which is a lot of time, and we've seen them KO Clam Blitz already, but with that much of a deficit, it's do or die. They aren't allowed to just get a couple points. They have to KO. It is a necessity, and that is so much harder with that weight on your shoulders.
Yes, so much has happened in favor of the Arrows of Red right there. Now Rainfall are in position to push. They have the map control. This is when Rainfall is at their strongest. This is when they're able to do so much. And now that they activate their special, now that they activate the Zuka, they're in, they open the basket. Now can they keep it open? They don't have that many clams, honey.
They have a singular clam. Can they get that one in? They do. But now they have to bring more. They have a pity clam in line. They managed to get 3 picks. That's what they needed. They needed those picks. It's just Roselli left in the push. They do get picked off, but Demon Days has to get these clams and to keep his basket open. They do get there in time. DHVF coming in with that power clam. They miss it. It goes under. And with 3 down, it's just, and the jump was Catboy. Unfortunate for Rainfall. There's still 1 minute and 40 left, but that was their ticket to try to get as many points as possible. Yeah. Because now they have to make another push even better than the first. They're not even halfway to that KO with 1 minute and 30. Arrows of Red, they know they just need to stall. They've done it already in this series. They've just stalled for time. They've showed that they have a strong comp that can paint the ground, and they're breaking. They're going in. They're getting the wipe out.
They're not here to stall, Hammy. They're here to get the KO. They're here to make a statement. And with 4 clams left, they have the clams at the ready right now. Rainfall doing everything they can to push them away. Arrows of Red are gonna let the basket close, but they're still very much in control of the map. Rainfall doing everything they can to get back in. The Reef Slider is not gonna find everything. He's completely punished. Arrows of Red getting more and more. 40 seconds left, and Arrows of Red, they want more fight. They are on fire.
Rainfall were not ready for the volley of arrows just getting shot at them relentlessly from the Arrows of Red roster. 30 seconds left, trying to get a cheeky bomb kill on that bubble, unable to get it though. Rainfall have taken map control. They've gotten the plat, they're pushing, they're making jump, but they have one chance left. 15 seconds is not enough time for another push, so you have to get ready. DHVF holding this power clan, getting the sodas out. They are going to be the one that's going to start this push, and they need to do it in the perfect position. But here comes overtime. Pat, take it away.
That is a rough right now. 1 player down on each side. The Super Clam is chased. Oh wait, there's 2 players down. The Super Jump in. They're gonna be able to open the basket, but they are surrounded. It's only the Heavy Splatling left. They're back in mid. They don't have the clams. It is too late. Oh wait, they kept the basket open. They managed to keep it open, but no, it's not gonna work. Your LSL champions are the Arrows of Red.
What a final match. That jump from DHVF though, when they were getting chased in low, I thought they were dead. When they insta-jumped to the teammate like 2 feet in front of them to survive and get the claim in, that was clutch. I thought that was it. I thought Rainfall were gonna unlock something at the last second there, but they do get picked off by Arrows of Red, and they do again show us that impeccable defense we saw throughout this set, winning. And as Pat, you said, becoming your LSL 49 champions.
I mean, Rainfall, they showed us how it's done. They showed us that you fight till the very last second, and kudos to them for the run that they had. But in the end, the Arrows really taking control of this set, losing the first game, but then learning, adapting, getting faster and faster and faster, and taking control of the pace, taking control of the tournaments. Congratulations, Arrows of Red. You are now out of here. We don't want to see you again.
Yeah, get out of here. We don't need you around. Rainfall, you guys feel free to come back, unless, I don't know, maybe you guys get banned because you're really good. Again, sweeping all the way to the finals of Diamond Bracket is no easy task. And then taking a game off Arrows of Red, making those matches competitive, and counter-picking the mode you lost and still almost winning it. They did excellent today. So I don't think that there's anything to be distraught about. Obviously, it does suck getting so close to the end, but not being able to finish it out. But amazing work from both of these teams. Couldn't have asked for a better finals for LSL 49. But I do believe that is everything left that we have for tonight. Arrows of Red taking it and being your champions. Now, before we head off, I'd like to give a thanks to the TOs from the tournament. I'd like to give thanks to our production job for putting excellent work into all the graphics and the camera work, and also Pat for commentating with me. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at PadgerTom. It's written on your screen right now. And Hammy, where can I find you?
People can find me a lot of places. Most actively, you'll find me on Blue Sky at hitw.inc. And you can basically find me anywhere else if you look up Hammy in the Wall. That's pretty much where I am everywhere.
Yeah, special shout outs to Jub, our wonderful observer, and thank you all for watching.